It is a hot motherfucking day. Hey guys, what's happening? It's BigJackFilms here. Welcome to another live stream. About time we did one of these. Forgive our absence. It has been very busy here at the studio, in the apartment, and just socializing and stuff because we're getting back to normal. Thank God. We're getting back to normal. Things are picking up, and on top of that, we're going through a massive summer heat wave. So that is crazy here in Toronto. Hello, JT is reborn. JT, I might invite you down if you want to come onto the stream, but we're going to do some stuff here first. So, a few updates regarding the channel. We're slowly getting back into putting out regular weekly videos. You're going to be seeing a new King Kong review this Friday, as well as the next, like sort of a follow-up to last week's episode, which thank you all so much for watching. That got over like a couple thousand views, so a big thank you. That keeps the lights on here. We really appreciate it. But in terms of what's going to happen after this episode, we have an episode planned for the BigJackFilms reviews, but it's going to take a little longer to put together because we're trying to get the last shot, and we're having to go to a specific place to shoot it, and it's going to require some manpower, so just bear with us a little bit. That episode will be out soon. In the meantime, we're also going to be editing more episodes as we go along, and we kind of have a plan for the rest of the season. So, a couple things. I know a lot of you want to know about Godzilla vs. Kong. I will plan to review it, but it will probably be at the very end of the year. In fact, we're planning it to be the last episode of the season. So, in regards to what we had planned, so Ready Player One, Mummy Month, and the Batman stuff, we're basically shut down for another year just because, look, COVID is still kind of around, but everybody's getting vaccinated. Things are going to pick up around October. In fact, I would like to make an announcement a little bit ahead of time. We are actually getting so close to normal that cons are going to be opening up again here in Canada. How crazy is that? You lucky Americans get all the cons. Well, we're still stuck in lockdown, but we're going to start opening up. The first big convention of the post-pandemic era will be Fan Expo, not in Labor Day, which it normally is. It'll be in October. And I will be attending along with a few other people. In fact, I'm going to try to register as a guest, a YouTube guest. So if you guys are in Toronto around the October season, late October, come see me at Fan Expo. That's going to be happening. So let's hope so. Cases are down. People are getting vaccinated. In fact, good news, I'm getting my second vaccination tomorrow. So it's great. So I'll be 100% good. I'm all good. I'm all fixed up. It is fantastic. So we're hoping to get back to work around maybe late summer. So we're going to try to shoot what we can. And basically, because of the whole scenario regarding the big productions and stuff, because they're going to be pushed back for a year, meaning storylines are going to happen, we're going to be essentially for the next little bit reworking some scripts that we had originally planned. And we're going to kind of rework it into this season to put some plot elements in. In fact, the next episode after this Friday's episode, we're going to have a new character show up. So look forward to that. In fact, a little bit of a tip, a little bit of a hint for you guys. If you guys want to see what the following episode after next week is going to be, basically in terms of plot lines, go check out the Dr. Terawatt anthology video we put out. That'll explain some plot elements that will be relevant for the following episode after this Friday. But yeah, it's a hot day. We don't have air conditioning in this apartment, so I'm having to use this giant-ass fan, which you can see in the corner, keep myself cool. It keeps relatively cool. Drinking lots of fluids. Guys, remember, stay hydrated. But yeah, we're going to maybe have some people jump on. Not 100% sure. I don't know how long the stream's going to be. And the reason I'm doing it today is because, one, I didn't have a video out this Tuesday, and two, Wednesdays, the other reason why I haven't been doing streams is because it's usually the time of week my mom comes in and helps me out with a few things around the apartment and everything, kind of helps me out. So we've actually rescheduled it where it's on the Thursday rather than the Wednesday, so I can have time to talk to you guys, but just not this week. It'll probably be next week or around that time. So, with that said, next thing up for subjects is we got some fan mail. I know you guys have been telling me about the fan mail and stuff, and I apologize I've not been able to open them, but I wanted to save it for a stream. But yeah, we're gonna open it up today. So We got 3 pieces of fan mail, big one too. And I've actually been really enjoying the mail you guys get, so it's really appreciated. First of all, there's 2 from Potterstown, our boy at Potterstown, and we're just gonna open up and see what it is. And this time, I don't have really I do have a knife. Where the fuck did I put it? Oh no! Oh, there it is. So again, guys, if you're opening up packages, please remember to ask your parents' permission. Hi, Nerd Cage! Good to see you! I want to just actually very quickly, we were going to do this after the fan mail, but we want to give a shout out to Nerd Cage Live. Please, guys, go subscribe to them. They're a wonderful YouTube channel. We want to get them up to 1,000 because we want to get them ad revenue. So please, if you guys can go subscribe to them, the link will be in the description down below. And after this fan mail shit, we're going to be doing some shout outs for a couple of people who could really use the support around this time. So we're definitely going to do that. And hell, Jay, if you want to jump on, I'll put you on once we do after the shout outs. So there we go. So again, from Pennsylvania, let's see what this guy sent us this time. Oh boy, this is package number 1 from him, by the way. And while you're asking, HINACHI Dinosaur 101, I haven't received your package yet. It should be coming in soon. So, okay, I love this because it's one of my favorite SpongeBob memes, and it's a comic. I love these. So it's SpongeBob Ordinary Transformer Show comic, and it's basically that scene from when Plankton gets the Krusty Krab, and it's like this. It's like, do you think this is funny? In a cosmic sort of... It's like, do you think this is funny? In a cosmic sort of way, yes. Well, tell me then, Mr. Big Shot. Is this how you get your sick kicks? What? It's just an ordinary Transformer show. Oh my goodness! Hasbro, I love this! Because the joke is it's about Beast Wars. And it says... it's Beast Machines, which, yes, was awful. So that's hilarious. I love that. Oh my goodness. That's one of my favorite things, actually, audios on TikTok. If you guys want to, you can follow me on TikTok. Again, apologize if my hair is a mess. It's just because it's just so damn hot right now. Let's see. So there's a whole thing on Oscars for best animated features on what won and what should have won. So the keeps and the hold-ons too. Same thing here. It's the same thing. That's pretty cool. I guess kid's got a good opinion. And then we move on to the second package of his. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people lately, there's been a bit of a post-backlash against Godzilla vs. Kong. The short version is, as I said in my review, I really liked it. I had fun with it. It's a big, dumb, fun action figure movie. Like, literally, I love the idea that scripts are now being handed essentially to children to play with their toys and use their imagination, rather than be stuck in realism and everything has to be dark and DC and gritty. And blah, blah, blah. I'm so sick of that. Stop Nolanizing everything. Not everything needs to be Nolan. And in fact, you know what? I mean, Nick brought this up in one of his discussions on social media and it kind of has a point that The Dark Knight kind of saved the comic book industry, brought the comic book movies to a new standpoint, but also killed it. Because it not only brought superhero movies into the mainstream, but it also killed movies as a whole, because then everybody wanted to be the Dark Knight. And it got ridiculous. And I kind of agree. And he also pointed out, had Heath Ledger not died, the movie probably would have been critically bashed. And because it is a very convoluted film. And you know what? As much as I love The Dark Knight, I kind of agree with them. Oh my God. I feel like it's very much a sympathetic film, because you watch it because you feel bad for Heath. Like, he puts out a good performance, but it only has the staying power because you can't say anything because you're pretty much bashing Heath. And I understand that. So it is a little overrated. I think it's overstayed its welcome. Time to move forward. So, which is why I'm excited for Michael Keaton coming back in The Flash. I saw that post on Instagram. I am hyped. So, all right, so this is the second package. There's some fan art, and there's a letter. There's a few other things, so let's see here. Shoot! He sent us some Beast Wars Transformers marker art, fan mark art. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's the Maximals and the Predacons. Yes. You know, so I'm a big fan of Beast Wars. That was my generation's Transformers, and I loved it. I want to maybe talk about it at some point. I don't know what to say, though, about it. Probably just my ideas for a movie. Because I'm not one to review TV shows because they take too long. I mean, outside of things like the animes, which are vlog-centric. Which, by the way, in October, yes, I plan to review Rosario Vampire Season 2. So, in here we have some other stuff. Holy shit! Oh, man! Yo! That's cool! Okay, so I just want to point this out that we had such a great reception to our Let's Talk About Disney's Kong with Huey TOONMORE, Huey's Animated Movie Reviews, which, by the way, guys, link down below. Please go subscribe to him. Please support his Patreon. He could really use it. We want to see him get back into reviews. But that got so well received, surprisingly. I was thinking it was just going to be a little passe thing. But the amount of effort and time we both put into it really paid off. I was thinking it was, you know, it's one of those things where it's like, I thought it was going to be a disaster because it was just taking so long and taking a lot of time. But it turned out to be probably one of our most critically acclaimed episodes. So I think that's mostly due to Huey's input on it, which, you know, it really helps. So thank you so much, Huey TOONMORE. Guys, go subscribe to him. But fans have been sending us stuff like crazy since that episode aired, including this one, another fan poster for Disney's Kong, wonderfully done by our friend in Potterstown. And it has like the cast with like not just the cast, but supervising animators. Like this is amazing. I love this. Thank you so much for this amazing poster art. We're probably going to be getting like an area of our apartment to put fan art on because we do really love the fan art we're sending. But we're thinking about just getting bulletin boards with fan art or whatever. We're figuring that out. But yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, that is amazing. I freaking love this. And then there's one other piece of mail from him. And there is, again, credits. There's almost like, no, this is almost like a template sketch. It's another Disney Kong piece of art. And it's just a pencil sketch of Kong on the Empire State Building. I love it. Fantastic. Again, thank you so much to our friend in Potterstown. Really appreciate it. So there's that. I believe Michael Keaton, The Flash, will take place in Elements of Batman Returns. Elements? No, I want to see Batman 3 in this. It's your chance to finally do Batman 3. You know, you just can't do the original script because they're doing that in comics, which, by the way, I'm kind of hyped for those Batman 89 comics. I kind of want to read those because, funny enough, things are opening up in Canada. Down in the city of Toronto, there's a great comic book shop called Silver Snail. I might go pick up the comics there because it's local now, so I can go pick up any comic I want. See, now that things are picking up, and now I'm living in the city, I've gotten used to it, but now we're getting into, like, where people can be in public again. Freaking love it. So let's go. Return to socialism. But now we have this massive package. This comes to us from, oh my god, Inuyasha Dinosaur 101. I think this is one of your packages. This is from Friendsville, Tennessee. So he's been sending us a couple of things. So I think the package finally came in, man. I wasn't 100% sure. But let's see what's in here. I have no idea. There is a letter. But let's see what we got here. First of all, oh my god, there's a giant, oh my god. There is so much here. It's essentially a script. I love it. Oh my goodness. Hold on a sec. So, we have a huge amount of letters, just some sketches, some... You know what, actually? I just want to say, Inuyasha Dinosaur 101, I might use these papers for, like, documents, like written journals or something for, like, some treasure hunt thing, because these are great. Because it's almost like somebody who went to an island and found all this stuff and was sketching and writing this down. But there's a bunch of written stuff. I don't know if I can read the whole thing. To you, Jack, my best friend... You stuck by my side with my hardships with me and my mom and both of us having health problems and personal issues last Christmas. Here's a birthday present to you, a late one. I've been redesigning my character, Lucy. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't read this whole thing, but there's a lot to take in. But thank you so much, Joe, Inuyasha Dinosaur 101. Really appreciate it. Guys, go subscribe to him. He's putting out this amazing concept for a Inuyasha and Sailor Moon Jurassic Park crossover, which I've been kind of looking at the artwork he's been putting out, and it's fantastic. Please go subscribe to him. I would really appreciate it on my part because he actually has been sending us amazing fan art, and he's been pitching stuff. And again, apologies I can't read all this. It's just, you know, very exhausting day. I will read it after the stream. But there is more fan art here. We're going to go through all of it. So let's see here. There's he's designed, like, his art style. Like, look at this artwork. Like, that's me. That's me. That fooled me. His art style is amazing. So if you guys need commissions from him, please go support him. Go help him out. This shit is amazing. Like, he's got that. Like, look at his Sailor Jupiter artwork. This is nuts. How good he is. Guys, please go subscribe to him. Really appreciate the amount of art sent to us. Like, we have a whole box of this stuff, of all the artwork we get. Okay, this is okay. This is kind of fucking badass. I kind of like this. I kind of love that. The artwork, the blood, that's fucking badass. I feel like Mr. Plinkett, but that's amazing. I freaking love that. Again, Inuyasha Dinosaur 101. His stuff is great. Oh my God, there's more. And I just want to know, is that me? Is that me? Because I not right there. Is that me? Because that's awesome. It's like a huge book of sketches. This is wonderful. Oh my goodness. Let's see here. Again, there's just, it's fantastic. I cannot believe the amount of art you sent me, man. Holy shit. That one's awesome. That is awesome. That is badass. I freaking love that. Awesome. Fantastic. That's amazing. I love that angle. You're good at angles, man. You've got something going down. You're good at sketching this stuff. I don't know if do you trace it or do you just do it by hand? Because that's really good. It's got like a thing of ice cream. That's amazing. You know what, dude? I mean, if you did reviews, you could just sketch out your character with different facial expressions and it would do the trick. I'm just saying right now, like, that'd be fantastic. Oh my God, there's more. There's more. As you can see, just his artwork is brilliant. Guys, please go subscribe to him. His artwork is amazing. Exactly, Gavin. The artwork is fantastic. Like, that one's great. Like, holy shit. Like, that's so good. And then there's, okay, like, Inuyasha here. Like, that's really freaking good, man. Guys, please go sub to him. Please do. It is endless. The list is almost endless. One man here has made 17 attempts to escape, took Captain this close to insanity, and it must stop. All right, so there's the big package here. There's a couple things. First of all, there's a little Jurassic World Triceratops. I love these little models. This is adorable. Thank you. But there is something here. He did say what he was sending, and I'm actually, oh my God, dude, seriously, come on, this is insane. But it's awesome. Oh my God, I love this. I love this. It is a Jurassic World Amber Collection Site B Velociraptor figure from the Lost World. Now, this is freaking awesome. I will probably open this and put it on display. It's wonderfully sculpted. This is one of those, like, this is almost, I think this is sort of Mattel's answer to the Black Series for Star Wars, but this is beautiful. It says on the back, Velociraptor Lost World leaping and ready to attack. The Velociraptor is a shrewd and crafty carnivore. While wreaking havoc on Dr. Ian Malcolm and other unwanted visitors on Isla Sona, the Velociraptor's strengths and smarts are no match against the brave and skilled gymnast. Hey, you! Yes! Woo! I love how they put that on the back. That's amazing. But thank you so much, Inuyasha Dinosaur 101. This is a beautiful piece. I will probably unopen this and put it on my glass cabinet with all my Jurassic Park stuff. But this is lovely. I never really, I mean, I do have, no one, actually, hold on a sec. I will be right back. I'm just going to open up this cabinet where all my vintage Jurassic Park figures are. Here we go. just in comparison, let's just make a comparison here to the original toy. So here's the superposable Site B Velociraptor. This is the new release by Mattel. And then here's what Kenner put out back in 97. They're actually, you know what? Oh my God, they're identically the same size, so that's perfect. Like, they are the perfect size. That is wonderful. Like, look at that. That's amazing. And they match the same size. So I do like what Mattel did here. This is wonderful. It goes back to the original Kenner figures. Like, I have 2 of these, and they're wonderful. I had these since I was a kid. But this one, I do notice there's no spots on this one. Unlike the original, there's a bunch of spots like a leopard. But they do look the same. Yeah, Star Master, they do look the same. They're identically the size, so these are great. Again, thank you so much, Inuyasha Dinosaur 101, for this amazing gift. This is going to look good on my shelf, and I'm going to put it on a nice little display somewhere, you know? I know with Jurassic Park stuff, there's like a lot of things I do want to obtain and have a little thing too. In fact, I know right now there's a Hollywood auction going on where they're selling some Jurassic Park stuff up for auction. I think there's like a screen-used raptor egg from the first one up for grabs. So if you guys are interested, go check that out. But yeah, a big thank you to Inuyasha Dinosaur 101. Guys, please go subscribe to him. Would really appreciate it. And while we're on the topic, next subject, again, a big thank you to him. Please go sub to him. Really appreciate it. Hit the like button, all that jazz. But now we're getting into shout-outs. So I want to give a few shout-outs to a few people who have been supporting the channel, who I've been supporting because I think they're amazing talents and do need some better attention. They need more subs. They need to start making this a job for them. First of all, again, Inuyasha Dinosaur 101. I didn't put the link in. I didn't expect it, but I will after the stream. I will put it in the description. But if he's in the chat, if you guys go click on his channel in the chat, please go subscribe to him. I do want to give a shout out to Nerd Cage Live. I have appeared on their show a few times. I do want to come back. We are planning at some point to have him and a few other people on for a Kong 76 Shout Factory extended TV cut watch along party. We want to do that here on the channel. I think that'd be fantastic. So please go check out Nerd Cage. I also want to give a shout out to Huey TOONMORE. Again, go support his Patreon. Go support his YouTube channel. He could really use the help because he's got a lot of stuff happening on his end of things that he could use some support on. Who else do we have in the shout-outs? Let me just check here for a sec. So we got those. Another person I want to give 2 other shout-outs to YouTube-wise. First of all is Obscure Media TV. Obscure Media TV, formerly known as Studio 95. He does a couple videos for us on the 16-bit show. The game reviews. Please go sub to him. His new show, Obscure Media TV, is fantastic. Would really appreciate if you guys support Brad. Brad played Herb in our movie. He was Kong in our movie. Go sub to him. Link in the description down below. His Lost Media show is an amazing piece of work. He's almost at, I think, 700 subs, so he's close to 1,000. So, guys, get him up there. Another shout-out. Fandemic. Fandemic is in the description. Indie Fan. His reviews are fantastic. We want to see him put out more. He's working currently on 2 films. One is they call it Attack of the Terrorcons. If you guys want to go support him, if you guys want to offer assistance, please go support him. Please. Really appreciate that. As well as he's doing a spin-off for one of our shows. So, guys, again, go check out his stuff. Link down below. Now, on to Twitch. So, I have been following a few people on Twitch now who have been very supportive, who are great friends of mine. And the first one, I do want to give a major shout out. In fact, I believe he's live right now. If you go in the description, go check out Evil Incorporated. Dr. Terawat. He is right now mostly on Twitch. He does plan to go back to YouTube. We plan to help him out. He's actually a local YouTuber here. But guys, if you guys go in the description, please go down and comment on his Twitch stream right now and said, BigJackFilms sent us here. Go follow him there. So Twitch on that end, please do. He's a wonderful guy, wonderful talent. We want to see him get back into the game. Would really appreciate that. Next on Twitch, there are, let's see here. We got those. Okay, so there are 3, no, actually count that, 4 lovely ladies I would like to give a shout out to on Twitch. Their talents are unbelievable, and they have been very supportive of us, and we've been socializing with them. So, first of all, Your Cool Substitute. She's kind of new. She's a cosplayer, and she's on Twitch, and we mostly know her on TikTok. And on TikTok, she does, I swear to God, next to BATTYALANA, which I will put a link in as well on the stream, to BATTYALANA's Instagram. I'm not going to lie, one of the best Android 18 cosplays I've ever seen in my life. Please go follow her on Twitch. I think she would really appreciate that. Tell her I send my, thanks and everything, and tell her that I recommended her to you guys. But not only is she a great Android 18 cosplayer, she's a substitute teacher. And all I'm thinking is, as a kid, what the hell? How did I miss that class growing up? What the... If Android 18 was my teacher, I would have actually succeeded in school, for fuck's sake. So please go sub to her. She's wonderful. She also does an amazing Samus. So go check her out. Link down below on Twitch. Second person I do want to give a massive shout out to, and she's been on Twitch a lot. Her name is KYUUTPIE, I think. KYUUTPIE. She is a friend of ours, really good friend of ours. We've known her for about 10 years now. She is a LARPer. She is a gamer, a retro gamer. She's huge into the YouTube stuff. If you guys want to go ahead, please go subscribe to her on Twitch. She actually has a, she does that, what's that current slasher game that's really popular right now that you can play multiplayer on? I don't know what it is, but she plays that a lot. She has the most adorable bunny rabbit named Loaf, like a loaf of bread. You know, all this for a loaf of bread? She's wonderful. Please go check her out. She's amazing, and she could really use your support, guys. So there's that. And then finally, the last two lovely ladies I do want to give a shout out to. First off is HINACHI. HINACHI is a talent we've been recently helping and supporting on. She is on Twitch. She does do gaming. She does do a lot of stuff. If you guys want to go follow her, link down below. She's been a wonderful support for us on the channel. Please go check out HINACHI. Last but not least is somebody you guys might know. She is on Twitch under the name of DovahJess, but she might change that. She is formerly known as Loonichi Bunny. Now, I should point out that there were some creative differences on our end regarding videos and stuff, but we have been talking. We've worked things out. She still wants to work with us. She still wants to, collaborate with us. She wants to start her YouTube channel and her Twitch and all that again. So, guys, if you guys want to go help her out and get her a starting point, go check her out on Twitch. I implore you to please do. It would do me a favor. It would do her a favor. Would really appreciate it, guys. So, HINACHI, DovahJess, Dr. Tarawat, all those guys, link down below. Please go sub to her, or to all of them. Please do. Would really appreciate that. And that's our shout-outs. Now, I want to invite a few people in here if they want to just chat about shit, because I'm bored, and I got a bit of time. So, let's see who we can put in this goddamn thing. Let me put the Kaiju Guard crew in here and see if they want to join us, if they want to jump on. Come on. Here we go. Let me get Nerd Cage in here if they are around. All right, Nerd Cage. Let's get those motherfuckers on here. Let's see if Brock wants to come in. Very nice on the Nerf gun, by the way. And let's get one more on here. I am thinking perhaps, let's get Bradley if he wants to jump on. Bradley wants to jump on, he can. And then I want to send one to Monstrosities if they would like to join us. Oh, we already got one. Hold on a sec, Brock. We'll get you on in a moment. One moment. Just want to go on Discord and send Monstrosities our stream. Where is he? Where is that motherfucker? Monstrosities, message, put them there and there. And yeah. So there we go. All right, so let's get on here. So first of all, first guest in is Indie Fan.
Top of the morning to you, everyone. Well,
how you doing, man?
Doing great. Hold on one moment.
Yeah,
this one's going nuts.
I know, it's like going crazy. It's Cocoa for Cocoa Puffs. Yeah, actually, I want to point out, Starmaster brought this up. The old BigJackFilms crew is back in town. Actually, that's not far off because I've been in contact with Brett Charles, Jack Driscoll from our remake. He wants to come back and do videos with us, so that's awesome. So he'll be coming on at some point. Guest number 2, Jay, Nerd Cage Live. How you doing? I'm gonna change the format here. One moment. I'm gonna try to figure out how to make this a little bit better. Nope, that's way too small. There we go. There we go. How you doing, man?
Going on, gentlemen?
Not much. Just been busy. It's been very busy here on the channel, and it's a heat wave, so I've got the fan on. It's crazy. We don't have heat in our air conditioning in our apartment. I have to get one installed.
Do I sound okay?
You sound perfect.
Okay, cool. Just making sure. Just making sure.
No worries. And yeah, actually, Brock's got a new prop going on. New Stormtrooper blaster. Just the Nerf guns, just painted black. Did you make sure it was? Did you make sure it was practical, that you could still shoot shit out of it?
Let's find out.
Let's find out, shall we? But how you doing, Jay? I haven't heard from you in a while.
Doing good, man. Can I just put a shameless plug? We're getting very good response to our Legend of Zelda top 10 discussion countdown on Nerd Cage. We don't really do a lot of gaming content, but we're kind of, easing it in, and we're getting good response. And in the near future, Jack, I want to do a top 10 Donkey Kong game countdown. Nice shot, by the way.
By a shot, I like that. Hey, you're unlike a stormtrooper. You actually hit something. Yeah, count me in. I'm more a fan of the original trilogy. I'm not one for
I'm saying we're like all the Donkey Kong games. I'm talking like the original ones in the arcade, Donkey Kong Country, Tropical Freeze. Rank all of them.
I will definitely jump in. I will jump in on the original trilogy and the lawsuit between Nintendo and Universal from like 1980, like 5 or something. I can't remember when that was. Because you know about that story, right? How
because Donkey Kong, they were sued for the rights. Yeah.
Do you know the name of the lawyer? Like the lawyer who defended
Kirby.
Nintendo?
It's Kirby.
Jack, and that's why they think they named
I know.
Character. Yeah.
Yep.
That's been crazy. I know at some point I do want to get you on and a few other people on for my Kong 76 extended.
Yes, I'm right. I have not touched my Kong 76 Blu-ray. I'm waiting to watch it.
Dude, I've now watched. I think I've watched the TV cut on Blu-ray about 3 times now because Kaiju Network brought this up. It's like a TV miniseries. It's like watching it, and I've never had that happen before. And I brought up some things in my review that actually there's some stuff in this new print that is not on the original broadcast. Like, because what they did is on the Blu-ray, they actually made it where you can choose between night 1 or night 2, like they did on the weekend. Nice Men in Black Gun, like night 1 and night 2. And the only issue is that they show the prologue to part 2, like a recap of the first night, but nothing on the preview for, because it would end, part 1 would end when Jack Prescott's on the log bridge and Kong's trying to get him, and then would say to be continued in part 2, preview for part 2, and then there'd actually be an alternative version of the credits that are just in black and not in the showing like Kong at the end dead because, they didn't want to spoil it. But they don't have that on the Blu-ray for some reason. So there's some stuff that's still, I guess because the damages and stuff are too far gone. But anyway, yeah.
Like I said, I'm waiting. I will watch it for the first time on air with you. So just let me know when you're ready to do it.
It's going to be good. And when it comes to Zelda, by the way, Jay, I want to ask, are you going to include anything about the movie Legend in there? Because the
video's done. The video's done.
Okay, well, I think at some point we'll do Kong 76. I'm thinking we should do a Legend watch party. Like to Ridley Scott's Legend, because I don't know if you've seen my review of that or if you've seen Legend. With Tom. Okay,
I know what it is. I have not seen it, so
it's the Zelda movie. It is Legend of Zelda, but if Tom Cruise was Link and Tim Curry was Ganon.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware of what it is.
Good.
I just never seen it.
It's my favorite Ridley Scott movie. Alien can suck it. I know those are fighting words, but trust me, you're gonna come out like I brought this up with a friend, and I said, if Legend was a woman, I would make sweet, pure love to it. That's how beautiful it is as a visual experience. Watch it on a little.
That's a visual I don't want to see.
No, watch it on a little buzz. You might appreciate it more.
I'm a straight edge.
Ah.
Yes, I know. I'm wearing a Cypress Hill hat, but I'm a straight edge and I got long hair. I know.
That's cool. But yeah, so yeah, it's just been busy. I've got a new Kong review out this Friday, which some of you might know what it is. No spoilers in the chat. Nothing spoiled, but it's gonna really. I think I'm gonna quote Jack Black in the bloopers for Kong, where this episode is gonna be so mind blowing, or it's gonna be like so fucking crazy. It's gonna blow your balls off.
Yo, Jack, actually, I got another question I want to invite you to. I don't have a date solidified yet, but would you be interested? Scott Pilgrim versus the World watch party.
Ooh, okay. You know what's funny?
It takes place in your hometown.
Exactly. So. And believe it or not, I have not seen it since it was in theaters. I saw it in theaters. I really liked it.
It's on Netflix. And by the way,
I have Netflix.
I haven't opened it yet, but here's the special edition physical copy on Switch.
Oh shit, they made a game?
Yeah, it came out the same time as the movie.
Is it a tournament fighter?
No, it's a beat 'em up.
How is it not a tournament fighter?
It's like Ninja Turtles, basically.
Oh, like Turtles in Time. That's i.e. one of the best Super Nintendo games ever made. I just want to point out how much Konami just made some of the best SNES games. Like the best, like the best.
But you're down for a Scott Pilgrim watch party then?
Yeah, I'm up for that. I mean,
yeah, I'll let you know when. It'll probably either be July or August. I haven't solidified a date yet, but that's the next watch party we plan on doing because we're not going to do Black Widow because of the 30. Well, I don't know what they do in Canada, but there's a $30 buy-in. You have to pay $30 to watch it.
Oh yeah,
I'm not going to force.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm not going to force anybody to pay $30 to watch a movie with us. So we're not going to do Black Widow. We will do the Suicide Squad when that drops, but on HBO Max. But between Suicide Squad, we're gonna do Scott Pilgrim.
I do want to point out too, do not watch Cruella.
I know. I saw your review and I saw the clips.
Okay.
I saw the clips of the CGI Dalmatians killing the mamas.
It is Asylum level of bad, but it's also it's not the worst, but it is the worst mainstream movie.
They just announced today they greenlit Cruella 2.
I'm just gonna quote my buddy Jimmy Norton. Oh, fuck you.
I'm surprised it's getting a sequel because it didn't make a lot of money. In fact, A Quiet Place 2 blew it out of the water in the box office.
Thank God. I'd rather watch that than, people are complaining about Joker 2 getting made. I'm like, shut the fuck up. I'd rather watch that.
I'm excited for Joker 2 because that left me more questions than answers. So I
asked for one thing. I want Batman. Put him in
I don't think they might tease it. I still want, because they still haven't.
I don't want another Gotham. I don't want another Gotham. I like
Gotham. Not another Gotham. Gotham was trash, by the way. I tried.
I liked a few elements. I liked the last episode because I actually thought, okay.
Yeah, the last episode was good. That's the only one I saw. Like, I quit after season 3.
The costume's okay, but I liked it more when it was photographed in the shadows. Like, there's that one overhead shot with the fog and, like, the moonlight kind of reflecting in the Batman's shadow. That's great. That's great. It makes him more like a phantom. But it's like, when they show the costume, I'm like, that looks ridiculous. He looks like Lego Batman.
Yeah, I'd rather watch. I prefer Batman 66 over Gotham.
Yeah. Actually, speaking of Batman 66, I read those comics when they came out. I am super hyped for Batman 89 comics. Like, I actually want to. Like, have you seen the cover for issue 1 with Billy Dee Williams? I'm like, let's freaking go. I want to read that. And I think, because what I do is when I read something, I actually put music on. So the first track I'm going to put on is Birth of the Penguin by Danny Elfman. Basically the main theme to Batman Returns. Because I know people like the 89 soundtrack, but I prefer Batman Returns soundtrack because that is like gothic.
Well,
dark.
remember, the first one had Prince, so.
Well, yeah, and I do like Party Man. I do like Trust. I do like those. I do like the soundtrack. I don't like the what is it, the bat dance that he did, and I did not like that.
Be right back.
Okay.
Hey, shout out to Byron Kingsley in the chat. He's a supporter of Nerd Cage, so nice to see you, Nerd Cage Nation, in here tonight.
Let's start this party with a bang! Yo, and that's another thing. I don't know what's going on with the release of the Schumacher Cut? Have there been any? I know there's been updates. Like apparently one of the, I think the writers of Batman Forever saw it.
My opinion, if it ever happens, it'll be like another like HBO Max exclusive. If it happens.
Okay, I will say this: if that's successful, can we get a Schumacher Cut of Batman and Robin?
No, Jack, quit pushing it.
And that's all I'll ask for. I won't ask for.
Speaking of director's cuts, it's official. Rocky IV director's cut, November 11th. November 11th, theatrical release.
Yeah, that's good. I know it's probably not going to be in the cut, but I'm going to miss the robot.
Listen,
Happy birthday, Polly.
I like the fact that if Stallone's doing what I think he's doing, he's making Rocky IV more grounded like the first two movies. And that's what I want. That's the Rocky. Don't get me wrong. I like Rocky 3. I like Rocky 4. You come at me. I like Rocky 5. But the best Rockies are the grounded ones like 1, 2, Balboa, and Creed. Like the grounded ones are the best ones.
I'll say this. Rocky 4, I'm actually looking forward to this because Rocky 4 is my favorite Rocky movie out of all of them.
Yeah.
Like, actually, you know what I equate it with? It's the live-action movie adaptation of Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. You know, it just reminds me of Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. And
it ended the Cold War.
Yeah. You know what? Have you ever played? I mean, have you played Mike Tyson's Punch-Out on NES?
Absolutely.
You know what?
Absolutely.
I played it on the Power Glove because I have a Power Glove. It works. It actually is kind of fun to punch the TV. Playing it with the power. Yeah, I have a Power Glove, so I can easily play that. I actually just acquired a PS2 too. So
because I did.
What?
Did you get your ass kicked by Mike Tyson? Because I did.
We all did. Yeah, it's just crazy that like
actually, Jack, keep going. Let me show everybody something. Keep going about Punch Out.
But yeah, it's just I look at Rocky IV. That's just Mike Tyson's Punch Out, the movie with Sylvester Stallone. And you know, Jay brought up that Rocky V is bad. You know what? Oh, that's awesome. That Rocky V is bad, but it has some great lines. Like I love it when Rocky's like, "Hey, my ring's outside." You know, like
I will agree. Rocky V is the worst one, but I still like it. And I have to say, it's got the best fight. I love the street fight.
Which one's the one with Rocky going like, "Hey, I didn't hear no bell"? Is that 5?
That's 5.
Okay, because I remember. Because I actually remember there was a South Park episode. There was a South Park episode where Randy is like, because it's where all the kids are like, put the gun down. Fine. There was an episode of South Park where the kids are playing like baseball and they don't want to play it, and the dads are like fighting each other in the benches, and Randy treats it like he's Rocky Balboa, like even down to like he's making the eggs in the thing, and like you think he's gonna drink it, but he just pours it in a freaking frying pan. I think that's funny. And then he fights Bat Dad, and it's like, "Hey, Bat Dad, I didn't hear no bell. I'm sorry, I thought this was America." But yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I'll be honest, I have not seen fully the last 3 Rocky films. I've seen 1 through 5. I just haven't seen Balboa.
I highly recommend watching Balboa, Creed 1, and Creed 2. They're all fantastic.
I know Creed. I know they're called Creed, but fuck it. I call them Rocky 7 and Rocky 8. I don't care.
They basically are. They are.
And I don't know what. Okay, so I know they're doing Creed 3, and it's basically going to be Rocky 3. Like, I think they're bringing back Mr. T, right?
We don't know. But Michael B. Jordan's directing.
I've been hearing word about Clubber Lang, so if they're just doing Rocky 3 again, I'm just going to place my bets Rocky's going to die in this one.
No.
He's going to die.
No. Rocky is not in Creed 3.
Really? Why? Well, why? Is he doing another movie, or is he just doing a solo movie?
They said that Rocky's story concluded in Creed 2, and that Michael B. Jordan wants to move forward, not backwards. So that's why there's not going to be any mention of Rocky in the 3rd Creed movie.
Because they can't do a 3rd one without acknowledging the fucker.
The one actor, I can't think of his name, but the one of the guys from what's that show called? It's on HBO Max.
Babylon 5?
No. Oh my God, it's on the tip of my tongue. Lovecraft Country. the guy from Lovecraft Country is going to be playing the Creed villain. So there is a high probability he's Clubber Lang's son.
The son of Lang.
Possibly.
There's your title. There's your title. Creed 3, Son of Lang.
I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, the movie's coming out in November 2022. This is great. We're getting Rocky IV Director's Cut this November, and then November 2022, we're getting Creed 3. So more Rocky movies, man.
I want to see. I want to have the '80s feel again because holy shit, I love it.
Can we just bring back On the Fly now? Just say it passed on to Creed. Can we just bring that back? Because that's what I miss. Yeah,
We'll
you know, it's funny too because like I've been looking at because I listened to that song. Like I like that song "Gonna Fly" now. But is it me or does it sound oddly similar to Ennio Morricone's "Ecstasy of Gold"?
Oh, I don't know. I've never heard that song.
Wait, from Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Like the song the song that Tuco when he's running around the gravesite, and it's been using like I think Metallica uses it all the time.
No, it does not sound like the no.
I don't know. I hear that song and I start singing. Gonna fly now.
No, not at all. Not even close.
Well, it's funny because I did a remix on TikTok. I took what's the name of the band? Yearwolf. I can't remember what the band's name is, but they wrote the song "Till It's Gone." It's like a kind of sort of that Celtic. It's a Celtic rap almost, right? You know that song, right? "Till It's Gone" by Yellow Wolf. I mixed it with the Halo theme, and it actually sounds pretty fucking good.
Okay.
So I like that as the mashups. Like my favorite mashup currently is what's the band? Oh fuck, what's his name? It's a really popular band right now. They wrote the song "Less I Know the Better." Tame Impala. It was that and Justin Timberlake's Bringing Sexy Back. They've mixed the two together. It sounds way too fucking good. It sounds way too... Because, like, I'm all about Tame Impala, like, music that's very kind of tranquil and sort of, like, hypnotic or chill. Like, I'm more of a chill music guy, especially with 80s. Like, I will listen to anything chill from the 80s. Like, I'm talking... I love Wham! I love I can't remember this Johnny
to answer Osiris the God, to answer your question, it's Jonathan Majors. He's the Creed villain.
Okay. And Huey TOONMORE is saying, you asked what movies we want on Shout to release on Blu-ray. I demand Santa Claus the movie. And would you like it for free?
I say King Kong Lives.
Yeah, well, that's probably going to happen because there's been rumors.
Damn shame we didn't get a 2-pack, but it's okay. I hope.
Well, there's been rumors for years that Paramount wanted to put out a Dino De Laurentiis box set with like all the movies they worked with him on. So from like Kong, Orca, White Buffalo, they wanted to do a whole box set with all the movies they worked with him on. And I think if Shout Factory's got the reins, it's like, fucking do it. Just put all his movies on one box set. Put Romeo and Juliet on there because he worked on that.
That's right.
He also did the Hannibal movies with Anthony Hopkins. He helped produce those, the Hannibal Lecter movies.
No. I think he did Manhunter, and then he sold it before Silence of the Lambs. He sold it.
He also did Flash Gordon. He also did what was one he did? He did the Conan movies. He produced the Conan the Barbarian movies with Arnold.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll say this. I mean, I want to kind of, like, I don't know what's going on with Conan. I heard rumors for a while they're going to do King Conan with Arnold. It's going to be a direct follow-up to Conan the Destroyer. I don't know what's going on there because, like, I wouldn't
mind that. I would love to see Arnold come back.
Like, I liked the first one. I actually really like Conan the Destroyer. In fact, you know what? I'll come out and say it. I kind of like Red Sonja. I know people say, oh, it's not canon, it's not... Look, I don't care. I don't care if Arnold has a different name. He's still fucking Conan. He's just in a side story. You know, he's the equivalent of Ben Affleck in Suicide Squad. It's still the character.
Yeah.
So, it's the equivalent... You know what? It's the equivalent of, I think, Michael Keaton's going to be in... There's that vampire movie with Jared Leto that's part of the Spider-Verse.
Morbius.
Yeah. And people are saying, oh, he's not the same character. Fuck it. He's Vulture. I don't care. He's just there. He's going to be Vulture.
Well,
They just can't say it because of legal issues.
We had this conversation on the last Nerd Cage stream last Thursday with Kush from the Hub. By the way, I subbed that man up. We talked about because they just announced that Aaron Taylor Johnson is going to be playing Kraven the Hunter, which is crap, by the way. But they're saying when the new Spider-Man movie, No Way Home, where it's coming out in December, that's when they're going to reveal basically everything going on with Sony moving forward. So
I think they're just going to go with the Spider-Verse is what they're
I think because here's the thing, the contract to the MCU and Disney runs out. So I think Tom Holland's Spider-Man is going to come to the Sony
then they'll just be like, he just kind of gets sucked into that universe and now he's stuck there. And that's why it's called No Way Home, because he's just stuck there. You know, so he's stuck with Maguire. He's stuck with Garfield. He's stuck. I really am hoping Toby comes back. He's there. You know, they're saying, oh, we don't know. He's there. He's there. It's gonna happen.
All the rumors, man, they haven't been doing a good job keeping it quiet. But here's the thing: we already know Doc Ock's in the movie. That's been confirmed, and now
we know Electro. We know.
And now we're hearing rumblings. We're hearing rumblings that Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin is the main villain of the new Spider-Man movie.
Do you know how much I sacrificed?
So we'll see.
Well, you know,
I think Spider-Man No Way Home is the only MCU movie I'm like excited for, because the Eternals doesn't do anything for me. Shang-Chi I'll check out. Black Widow I don't really care. I mean, I'm gonna see it to cover.
Black Widow is the MCU's equivalent to Waterworld. It's just costing way too much money to make.
The thing is, she's dead. It doesn't really move the story forward or anything.
I'm just gonna quote Clockwork Orange. No, she's dead.
No.
And Shang-Chi looks like
this woman.
Shang-Chi, I'm interested.
He has ceased to be. She's expired and gone to meet her maker. This is a late woman. She's a stiff, bereft of life. She rests in peace, and she hasn't fallen 1,000 feet. She be pushing up the daisies. She's run down and joined.
This is an ex-person.
Oh, better replace it then.
Yeah, so it's weird. Movies are just happening left and right. I have not been able to catch up. Hell, I don't even know half of what the fuck is happening with Jurassic World Dominion. I'll wait to see a trailer.
Don't care.
No, I'm actually, here's the thing. I am kind of excited because the last one sucked. I'm just going to say that right now.
I don't like any Jurassic Park movie except the first. All of them are booty sauce.
What's wrong? Okay, I like Lost World. Because it's King Kong and Jurassic Park. You know? It's the closest thing we got to the 96 remake. You know? At least
the Hunter lasted longer than Robert Muldoon.
True, clever girl. I hated 3 for the longest time, but again, after Fallen Kingdom, I appreciate 3. In fact, at some point, I do want to do an apology video to the third film, because I just realized I didn't think it could get that bad.
Well,
but
it's funny you mentioned the third movie. I don't know if you're subscribed to JoeBlow.com on YouTube. They recently did a video about all the crap that happened behind the scenes of Jurassic World 3. And how, like, you know, their budget got slashed, and then they had to change. They fired people when they were on set. They didn't have the script finish.
They apparently had
they were able to put out the fact that they're able to put out a legitimate movie is amazing.
Like, that's the thing. Like, despite its problems, they at least put out just. I mean, Joe Johnston.
It was Universal's fuck up, basically.
Yeah, Joe Johnston said on the documentary at the very end, the last line of the documentary, he said, "This movie's going to sell a lot of popcorn." And that's what I see it as. It's a fun, hour-and-a-half, short-ass popcorn dinosaur movie. It reminded me of the Doug McClure dinosaur movies from the 70s, like Land That Time Forgot. That's one of my favorite dino flicks, because I love the effects on those. So it reminds me of just, it's a cheesy dinosaur movie. And yeah, it does ridiculous. You know what it was? It's also just the fact that it suffers from what I call the, called Millennium Silver, where, did you notice that from a period from like 2000 to 2002, all these movies were coming out were all this 2000 silver editions. Like, there are all these movies that were like, silver was like the color for the year 2000. Did you ever notice that? Like, that was because it was like the dawn of a new millennium, aka we're in the future, we're metal and technology, and I'm like, oh my god, why does it all have to look the same?
I think the Matrix low-key started that.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest, Jay. The Matrix stinks. I am not looking forward to 4. I hated the trilogy. In fact, I'll come out and say it. The Wachowskis, outside of one movie, they're fucking hacks. They're hacks.
Listen, it's gonna be free on HBO Max, so I'm just gonna check it out.
Well, fine. If it's free, fine. But writing-wise and the way they make their movies, they're freaking hacks. I liked one movie, but I've seen every one of their movies. Yeah, Speed Racer. But every one of their movies sucked. They suck. The Matrix stinks. It's overrated, as SSJ4 Jason says. The Matrix stinks. Cloud Atlas made no goddamn sense. I walked out of Jupiter Ascending. I was actually kind of looking forward to that one because I was thinking it was going to be like a new Star Wars. Third act, I walked out and I went to go play.
I'm indifferent. Like, I don't love the Matrix, but I don't hate it. I'm indifferent about it. It's far, like, I'm not like into it, you know.
You see, like, the thing is with Jupiter Ascending is that the trailer sold me. There's a track called Future Heroes, which I really dig that track on the trailers. And you know what? I like Mila Kunis. I think she's super fucking cute. I thought, okay, she might do good. In fact, you know what title Jupiter Ascending? If Mila Kunis played Sailor Jupiter, I would actually think that's pretty fucking rad, right? It kind of was selling me on the advertisements. And then I see the movie, and it makes no goddamn sense. I was confused. I was bored. I walked out the theater, went across the street to play with puppies at a pet store. And that got more entertainment out of me than Jupiter Ascending. And at that point, I said to myself, they suck. Yes, Brock. Yes, Brock.
I actually like the movie, sir.
Okay, what, Jupiter Ascending?
Yes. I'll check.
Okay. No, it's fine. It's creative. Like, I'll admit, it's creative. It's wonderfully designed.
I just thought it was fun.
But the script is awful. Like, I'll take George Lucas's prequels over this. You know?
Oh God.
I'll take that over that. You know, it's just it was bad. And Speed Racer was the only one I liked because I grew up with the cartoon on like late 90s on Cartoon Network. I had the PS1 game. Like, the PS1 game was actually really fun. So I was kind of a fan of Speed Racer. Although for the longest time, I had no idea it was an anime. I thought it was a Hanna-Barbera cartoon.
I'm not gonna lie, that's Speed. I haven't seen it in years, but that's trippy.
Oh, okay. It's cheesy.
It's trippy.
Like, you ever seen the Robot Chicken skit where, like, all the famous characters with all these famous cars go into a Fast and Furious race, and, like, there's, like, Batman and Mario Kart, and there's that one with Speed Racer where it's like, it is important that I do not move, because if I move, it costs animation. Animation costs money, It's kind of accurate, because they just barely fucking move. In fact, I was such a Speed Racer fan, that I remember Dexter's Lab, one of my favorite episodes of Dexter's Lab, the Mark V. And it's where Dexter's going to enter a soapbox derby, but they make it look like the Speed Racer car. In fact, the whole episode is dedicated to the style of Speed Racer. They're even talking like this, where they don't even move their lips, and they just move around one time, and then they go like this, and they zoom in super fast and talk super fast. You know,
that was a great cartoon.
That's the charm of Speed Racer. I just like how the it's not even animation. I think South Park is more animated. It's literally just like still frames, like GIFs, GIFimation, as I call it. Oh my god, I freaking love Speed Racer. So it's what I haven't seen it in years like you have, but part of me wants to go back and watch it. I like the theme song, I love that shit. So yeah, Speed Racer's awesome. I just tried where's my sequel to that? Make that, Wachowskis.
Oh, there was a sequel series about Speed's kid.
That doesn't count. I want a sequel. I want John Goodman back as freaking Papa Speed. And fuck it, one thing I did like about the movie, how it brought in, they made Legos, Lego sets of Speed Racer. That was cool. I could not believe they got the license to that. That was awesome. Speed Racer car, or favorite Speed Racer character. I mean, it is Speed, and I do like Racer X. And I do like Papa Speed only because he's in the movie. He's John Goodman. So it would have been great if Speed lost the race and then Papa Speed has to take a golf club to the Mach 5. He's like, do you see what happens, Speed, when you fuck a stranger in the ass?
I would like two things actually from Nintendo. They need to bring back F-Zero.
Yes.
And I would love to see an F-Zero movie, but Nintendo won't let anyone touch their
They get the
property.
Fast and Furious guys just to make it. And they get Vin Diesel as
No. I hate the Fast and the Furious. Do not. No. By the way, Fast and the Furious Jurassic Park crossover is happening. Just saying.
Okay, you know what? I'll watch it just because it looks so stupid.
Listen, I hate the Fast and the only Fast and Furious movie I like is the Fast and Furious and Tokyo Joe. It's the only one I like.
You mean Tokyo Drift?
Same thing.
Yeah, I mean,
That's the only one I like. I hate all the other ones.
I'll be honest, I've never watched any of them. I know how many sequels. Here's the thing, I will watch it under one condition, that the 10th movie, I don't know, what are they on, 9 now?
Yeah, 9 comes out here in the U.S. like next week. And
okay.
It's already been review bombed terribly.
Okay, if they happen to do 10, the rule of 10, the 10th sequel is you go to space.
They're already going to space. Number 9, they go to space.
No, you have to go to space in 10. Did you learn nothing from Jason X, aka the most underrated sequel? I like Jason X.
I just rewatched Jason X the other day. I had
Jason X is awesome.
It's stupid fun. It's not good. Jason Goes to Hell is better.
Well, that's one with Freddy at the end, right?
Yes.
Okay, that was actually fun fact. The glove, Freddy's glove in that one is actually being sold in the big Hollywood auction happening right now. It's one of the things being sold. Yeah, they're selling Freddy's glove from Jason Goes to Hell.
Fun fact: in the beginning of the movie where where Jason's when the black dude in the what do you call it, the autopsy room?
Yeah.
The 2 cops that he kills when he walks out, one of them was Kane Hodder, aka Jason.
Kane Hodder. Oh, that's cool. I know with because when it comes to Friday the 13th, I've only seen a few of them, but I really like Jason X, and you know what?
It's stupid fun. It's entertaining. It's not good at all, but it's entertaining.
I kind of like Jason Takes Manhattan.
I like that one.
I just like that one scene where he just kicks that fucking stereo.
Well, you know the story behind that, right? They didn't have time. They actually technically weren't allowed to film at Times Square. So they just brought their cameras and they just told Kane, "Hey, just take a walk through Manhattan."
Okay, you know what? That makes no sense. My Kong remake, we went to Times Square and shot some stuff. There wasn't a problem. You know what the hell? They got it done, but that's why it's so brief. Like he's only in the movie for like a couple of minutes. Didn't they do something where they shot it in like Vancouver or something to make it look like New York? Yeah, okay, yeah, because most of the movie was obviously on the boat, obviously.
Yeah,
but I've been to Vancouver once when I had to make a transfer flight to California because we went on a trip to LA like 10 years ago, and we took a flight from Toronto to Vancouver, and then just had to transfer on the airport to just the next flight. We didn't spend less than an hour in Vancouver, so I've never been. But I don't get why everybody goes to Vancouver thinking it's basically New York. I don't get it. I don't think Toronto is more New York. Toronto has been doubling for Gotham City for a long time. Yeah. Like Suicide Squad. Yep. Here's the thing, because when I was a kid growing up in the 90s, growing up with Batman Forever and stuff, I looked at Toronto, I'm like, it is Gotham. Even for me as a kid, it was Gotham. But it took like this long to finally shoot some Batman shit here, because look, Toronto's great, but there are areas of that city where it is pretty filthy, and you're like, it does look like Gotham City. Like, oh wait, is that where Batman's parents are shot? What's going on here? But I was actually there the night one of the nights they were shooting the Batmobile chase, so I did see the Batmobile, which is pretty rad. I was staying at my uncle's at the time. He's actually close to Dundas, and I walked down there, and because I was hearing all this sound, I'm like, I'm gonna go check it out. And lo and behold, I see them filming the Batmobile. I'm like, oh shit! So it was that there. Actually, I was just at Casa Loma the other day, getting some shots for some projects, and I found out, I didn't know this, for Titans. I don't watch DC's Titans.
Oh, Titan! Oh, you got
Okay,
it. Fantastic.
Casa
If you love the cartoon, you'll love the TV show. That it's a rated R version of that. Cartoon.
I've seen the Fuck Batman bit. I've seen that, but and I know what is it?
Yeah, but there's tits and ass in it too.
I know. I did hear that Sir Friendzone from Game of Thrones is Bruce Wayne and Batman, which I'm like, that's a decent choice. I like that actor.
Yeah, he's not in. He doesn't come in until season 2. But he's not Batman. He's just Bruce Wayne. He doesn't ever wear the.
He's like a discount David Wenham. You can't get David Wenham, you get that guy. But it's funny because I was at Casa Loma. I didn't know this. Casa Loma doubled as Wayne Manor in Titans. I'm like, oh shit, because it's also that's also where they shot the X-Men movies. They shot the school there in Casa Loma.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, they shot.
It makes sense now. Okay.
Yeah, they shot all the original X-Men movies there. They shot Deadpool there. They were shot there occasionally, but yeah, Casa Loma has doubled for a bunch of stuff. I was there the other day because again, I was getting establishing shots. It's a very popular castle here, but I was there, and it's funny because I was thinking, is it open to the public because of the pandemic? The outside is open. You're allowed to walk around the outside. You can't go inside. But I was walking and I was getting shots, and then I look at the corner. There was somebody cosplaying Hatsune Miku doing a photo shoot there. I'm like, I might go there and get some cosplay stuff done there. It's actually it's a nice castle. It's a big motherfucker too. So.
Definitely watch Titans. I mean, if you're a fan of Batman, you'll love Titans. Trust me.
I mean, I've seen a lot of places.
It's nothing like the CW shit. It's great.
Look, all I wonder is, when is Toronto going to double for a city for Godzilla to destroy? I'm waiting for that day, because I will jump on that right away. I'll be like, hey guys! Oh shit!
It probably won't be anytime soon, but that would be something.
It's actually funny because I know the biggest show being shot right now in Toronto for the last few years despite if you love it or hate it, the Star Trek shows are filming all in the sound stages here in Toronto. And part of me I talked to my dad about it, and part of me's thinking, I should see if I can get on the set of that thing and just be an alien or something in the background on Star Trek. just be a Klingon. I've got the hair for it. I could be a Klingon.
You could be any Star Trek character, Jack. You definitely got the you give up that Star Trek vibe, you'd be perfect.
Shut up, Leslie. Make it so.
And yes, I like Picard. Come at me.
Team Picard right here.
No, I'm saying the TV show. I'm saying I like the TV show.
I did too. You know what? It's funny because my Star Trek.
Everybody shits on it. I liked it. It's not your daddy's Star Trek. So what?
Here's the thing. Well, you bring that up because when I was a kid, my dad is a huge Star Trek fan. And he and I used to watch it all the time on the Space Channel before Batman '66. We would watch Star Trek Next Gen, so it was a little father-son time. And he was a big Next Gen fan, so I was more Team Picard. But I actually found out he's more of a fan of Star Trek Voyager. He likes Star Trek Voyager more than Next Gen.
Good. You gotta ask him his thoughts on Deep Space Nine.
I don't think he watched it. I only watched Deep Space Nine recently because of Renee. Because I had no clue he was on that show.
Worf was in it for a while too.
I am really tempted to send you to the corner, but since this is your stream, I am forbidden to do so.
I'm gonna be like Theoden. You'll have no power here.
I can still do this.
And Voyager has Jerry Ryan. Just saying.
What is Voyager's the one with the
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson? True story.
And so was Tom Morello of Rage Against the Machine was in Voyager too on a couple episodes.
Actually, Cutie has a question. If I'll ever review this movie, I want to. I really want to because that movie is slightly.
The last one. If you
I am the last one. Oh fuck that! You know what? People complain that the CGI looks like ass. I still think it looks pretty solid for 1996. In fact, some of the shots.
It was 1996, and that was a good performance from Sean Connery.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. I watched it recently when I was moving in here, I was just binging a bunch of movies while I was packing shit. And, like, I love the effects. I love the cast. It's my favorite Dennis Quaid movie. I really enjoy, the score is amazing. Like, that theme that they used in, like, every fucking trailer in the late 90s. Love that soundtrack. I love the dynamic between Einan and Bowen, because you know what I love about that? I look at that whole conflict, I'm like, this is what Anakin and Obi-Wan should have been in the prequels. Like, where maybe Anakin, at this point, he's turned to the dark side, and when, like, him and... Because there's that bit of dialogue I love when they're fighting in the waterfall, and Bowen's like, you said the words! You spoke them from your heart! I vomited them up because I couldn't stomach them! I taught you! You taught me to fight, that's all! I took what I needed from you! Imagine Anakin saying that once he's become Darth Vader. He just tells Obi-Wan, I just used you to teach me how to become the most powerful swordsman. What? What?
I hate Star Wars.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm just saying that's everything I want. And that's the one thing because I've been doing research on the movie. Apparently, like, Bowen's sword fighting style was based on samurais. It was based on Japanese. So basically, he used a broadsword as like a katana, which makes no goddamn sense practically. But that was interesting, and it's just a good movie. I remember seeing New Beginning. I liked it when it came out, and I'm dreading ever watching it again because I look at that CG on the sequel. I'm like, that looks awful. I think Herc and Xena looked better. And I have yet to see the other sequels. I don't think I have any interest other than the first one. The one thing I do like about it, the first one, and most people don't know this, it's actually part of Arthurian mythology. Did you know it basically takes place in the same realm as King Arthur?
Yep.
Well, you don't know that, Jay, because the Knights of the Old Code are actually the descendants of the Knights of the Round Table. The whole code came from the Knights of Camelot. So it also makes me think, is Dragon, because Sean Connery is Draco, and a year prior, he played King Arthur in First Knight. And I'm thinking, is this a direct sequel to First Knight, and just King Arthur is reborn as a dragon? Because that actually would make too much goddamn sense. Just have him, like...
I was just going to say, by the way, there's someone in the chat there, King Tyrannus04, wanted to know if you got their letter.
Is it the one from Potterstown? Let me know, because I think if you rewind the stream, you can go back and watch that. Oh, you know what? I've been meaning to review Twister, because actually this year is its, 25th anniversary of Twister? Sean JT is Reborn loves Twister. And here's my rule of reviewing it. If I review Twister, I want to film my review on the night of a big thunderstorm. I think I need to shoot it during that, because that is the perfect environment for a review like that. Actually, I did survive a tornado here in Ontario, because
you guys get tornadoes in Canada?
Yep, we do. Fucking climate change, man.
Wow. Sorry, I'm baffled. Because I'm not that far from you. That's why I'm just a little baffled, because we don't really get...
Here's the story, is that our house, we're way up on high ground. You know, it's like, it's of us, twist up. I have the high ground.
I was going to say.
Brock, I just want to say, are you okay? You good? Okay. Anyway, you're just giving me that look like, I don't like Twister. Help me.
Sorry.
So the story is that we were in a terrible storm. Like, the sky was grayish swamp shit green, and the wind was picking up, and I'm thinking, how bad is this going to get? And my dad was like, oh, don't worry about it. Once we saw the hail, I'm like, okay. Hail was pretty big, but then it went from going down to horizontal. The hail was going horizontal, and at that point, my dad and my dad was like, get in the basement right now. So I was just like, fuck. But you know what? Here's the thing. The first thing I did was just grab all my hard drives, because I'm like, if I'm going to survive the storm and my house comes down, I'm keeping my hard drives, right? So I just hunkered down, corner of the damn thing, and then we came out of it. It turned out to be an F1. So it's just very, very small, very small. Like, you know, it's not an F2 or it's like, no, hold on. I gotta do something here.
If he reviews Twister, he has to bring up the fact that the director, Jan de Bont, was originally going to direct the Americanized Godzilla movie before Roland Emmerich took over.
Really?
Yeah, he was. And you know what the worst part was? Sony dicked him over.
Oof. Okay,
Like,
so
he was like, fuck this shit, I'm out of here. And the Godzilla was going to fight like this alien shape-shifting being called a griffin.
yeah.
Godzilla 98 is better than GVK, just saying.
So I wanted to point out, so like it was an F1, and we're like, oh, it can't be an F1, and then Oasis the God, it's like, what about an F5? It's like, what's an F5? Finger of God. No, because like I listen to a lot of Opie and Anthony, like the radio broadcasts, and every time they bring up Twister or tornadoes, it's like, what about an F5? Because they have to like drop because that's in the movie. They just drop the plates. Like that's like we don't say F5. I like what NC said, where it's like, what is it? The finger of God? Well, the middle finger probably. Oh, such a good fucking movie, Twister. So
the cow flying across the screen.
That's what that
movie's famous for.
It's okay. They were gonna take me to McDonald's anyway. But actually, it's funny because my first trip to Universal was in February '98. At the time, the Twister attraction had just opened, or actually was in previews, because it actually replaced the Ghostbusters Spooktacular, the old Ghostbusters show. And what happened was that my dad's friend had actually helped work on building the attraction. So when we went in February, he actually got us free previews. Like he got us preview showings of the attraction, so we got to see it first. And it scared the shit out of me. I had to close my eyes the whole time, because I used to be afraid of Twisters. And actually, funny, after we visited Universal, the next day there was a tornado in Orlando, which is crazy. I think even at the time, I think President Clinton flew down to Florida to check the damage. Like we saw his helicopter. It's like, don't worry, I'm just checking the damage. Yeah, I'm just checking the damage. Boobies.
Speaking of Ghostbusters, today is 37th anniversary of Ghostbusters, and coming in September, American Crime Story, Bill Clinton. Can't wait. TV show.
Yeah.
American Horror Story, there's American Crime Story, and they're doing Bill Clinton and the
So I vaguely remember the Twister ride, but then a couple of years when I finally got back to Universal 10 years later, I checked it out, and I was thoroughly disappointed. I thought, you know what my biggest issue with the Twister ride was? It needed more wind. I was literally looking like they decreased the fans. I'm like,
yeah,
guys!
but that might be a liability thing in case sand or something blows in their face and.
Yeah, I mean, well, you know what? And even then, why set it in Florida? Because I guarantee half the people in Florida are like, why do I need to see a ride on something I see on my front door every goddamn week?
No, they get hurricanes more than anything.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, they get tornadoes, but it's fucking Texas that get them. It's like, I don't need a ride on this. It's called my backyard every other week.
Yo.
Exactly. But oh my god, it's just really Twister is one I want to do. Actually, it's funny because I remember for the longest time when that movie came out, and apparently there was rumors for a long time that there was already a sequel made, and it was a direct-to-video one. And I've seen the VHS of it, and it turns out. So here's what's funny: there were VHS tapes for found like footage, like raw home movie footage of Twisters for like, because when the movie came out, it was kind of like Jaws, where everybody got obsessed with sharks, right? So when Twister came out, everybody became obsessed with tornadoes and storm chasing and shit. So there were all these movies cashing in on the hype for the movie where they had footage of real Twisters, and the VHS would be titled Twister. And there was literally a VHS called Twister 2 to fool people that there was already a sequel made. And I found out it was just footage of tornadoes.
It was funny because during that time period, that was like the peak of like disaster movies. There was Twister, Dante's Peak, you know, Independence Day, Godzilla, Armageddon. From like 1996, 95, 96, all the way to like 1999. It was like
there's also Deep Impact. There's Deep Impact.
Yeah,
with Morgan Freeman. We're all gonna die.
It was just a weird time. It was like disaster movie craze.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, well, who's the guy who lately has been kind of reviving the disaster movie craze? But he does it better because Emmerich lost his style. I've never been a fan of Emmerich. I mean, I liked 2012 more than Day After Tomorrow, but there's one guy right now. Is he the guy who directed Battle Los Angeles?
No.
Okay, because I know
which was better than 2012. So there.
Okay, no. Okay, I'm talking about who's the guy who directed Battle Los Angeles? Because after he made that movie, because I actually remember the hype for that movie. That was actually a good movie because that was just Call of Duty with aliens, right?
That's what I was gonna say. That's the Aaron Eckhart movie, right?
Yeah, it's Call of Duty.
Yeah, I
with
saw
aliens.
that for free because at the time I was working at a radio station for like 2 years at that time, so I get like all these free passes to like sneak previews, and that was one. That was one of them.
That was me when I worked at a Rainbow Cinemas at my very end of high school. I was working at a Rainbow cinema, handing out tickets, and we would get to see free movies. But on my breaks, I would occasionally go check out what were the new releases. So this was 2012. On one of my breaks, I decided to check out this little movie that was getting a little bit of hype called Cabin in the Woods. And the beginning of the movie, I got into the beginning of the movie and I thought, okay, this is kind of creepy. It's like a remake of Evil Dead, and this is before the remake of Evil Dead. I'm like, okay, so it's just creepy haunted house. And I leave, go take my next part of my shift. My next break happens. I come back like an hour and a half later, and there's all this weird ass shit, and I'm just like, what? Is this even the same fucking movie? What the hell's happening? What? How did we go from Evil Dead to creature clusterfuck? What is going on? So that movie was. I was there also when they screened Prometheus, and I remember catching the ending, and the ending was kind of like, okay, the ending was great. I do like the ending to Prometheus.
I didn't hate Prometheus. I didn't love it, but I feel like same thing as The Matrix. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it.
Yeah.
Alien Covenant though.
Fuck that. They went all. Apparently, Angry Joe described it as they pulled a George Lucas, where they tried to they midi-chlorianed the xenomorphs, where it's like, oh, here's where they came from, and it's really underwhelming, and it makes no goddamn sense. Yeah. So for me, it's like the guy who did Battle Los Angeles. He then went on to do he's been doing a bunch of disaster movies with The Rock. Like I watched San Andreas. I saw that
wasn't bad.
That was just a remake, That was an unofficial.
That was just a remake of Earthquake with Charlton Heston. Basically.
Exactly, except with a better ending. Because I love Earthquake. I have it on Laserdisc, but
did he do Skyscraper too?
Yeah, which was just a ripoff of.
Yeah.
No, but it's like with San Andreas, I just realized this is just a remake of Earthquake, but a better ending, because I love Earthquake, but the ending is garbage. I still have problems with the ending because Charlton Heston's got a new fucking chick, and he decides to go with his bitchy ass wife.
I love Charlton Heston.
Oh, I do too. I'm just saying his decision to just jump for his old rotting bitch of a wife rather than the new chick. Dude, you're an idiot. And what happened? You fucking died. You died at the end. You died over this spoiled, rotting grapefruit of a woman. Jesus, you chose Karen. You chose Karen, Charlton. What is wrong with you? Go with I'd rather you have your affair with fucking Zira. Go with Zira. Zira's more fuckable than this old bitch. And she's a monkey.
Ah, dude, come on! Don't put that image in my head.
That's another thing too. You know what? I rewatched I caught it on TV. I watched the original Planet of the Apes again.
I got the Blu-ray set. I have all 9 movies.
Okay, because it's interesting because as much as the new movies are actually pretty damn good,
they're good. They're all good. I think. I even like the Tim. Come at me. I love the Tim Burton one too. I don't care.
The Tim Burton one has great visuals. It's got interesting concepts.
The makeup, dude. Come on.
It's Rick Baker, of course. It's Rick Baker, but you needed I think the script needed some rewriting. The script needed some work, but visually it's great.
It's not. I will say this.
The ending is
better. It's better than Battle for Planet of the Apes.
Well, I mean, the only thing Battle had going for it was the narrator for, I can't remember what his name is, because he played Gandalf in the Rankin Bass Hobbit.
Yeah.
He's a great narrator.
The main problem I have with Battle, two things. One, the ending, and two,
keep talking, I need a drink.
Conquest of the Planet of the Apes. When Roddy McDowall at the very end, he gave that speech at the end saying what he wants his new order.
That speech. That's
a great speech. He did not follow that. That's not what happened in the 5th movie. Everything he said in that speech, he didn't do. That's why I didn't like Battle for the Planet of the Apes.
Well, it kind of did, because you got to remember the original speech that they shot was too dark, so they had to basically re-edit, assemble the film, and kind of like crop out Roddy McDowall's like mouth and put his eyes in, so Roddy McDowall could come back and dub new lines.
Yeah, I just didn't like, because what he said, that was like one of the best part. That may be one of the best moments in the entire franchise. And then
Conquest is the best of the sequels. Like the best. Like that is one.
Honestly, I like Beneath a little bit more. Come at me, I don't care.
You know what? I do too. Beneath gets too much hate. I just like.
Come on, nuclear people worshiping a bomb. Come on.
That is one of the darkest sequels I've ever seen.
The ending.
Okay,
Charlton Heston kills us all.
No, it is. The best way to describe Beneath the Planet of the Apes, to quote Patrick Star, and everyone died.
Yeah. The Earth gets fucked at the end.
And I love that speech at the end where he's shot up and he goes up to freaking Dr. Zaius. He's like, Dr. Zaius. It's like, Taylor, it's doomsday. The end of the world.
First he asked him, he's like, help me.
Help me.
He's like, why should I help you? Men are evil. Capable of nothing but destruction.
No, I'll do it. It's like, fuck. I want to do it. So it's like, Taylor, it's doomsday. The end of the world. Help me. You ask me to help you? Man is evil, capable of nothing but destruction. Just cut to freaking discount Charles just getting shot. It's like, you bloody bastard. And I love when Charles, like, have you seen the documentary Behind the Planet of the Apes? Like the documentary hosted by Roddy McDowall?
No,
great documentary. I think it should be on the Blu-ray and DVDs. It should be on there.
I haven't delved into the special features.
It's a great documentary because apparently Charlton Heston was very hesitant to be in the second one. He didn't want to do it. He wanted to just do other things because he's like a one-shot guy. And his negotiation with Fox was to say, what if I show up at the beginning of the movie and the end of the movie, and you guys can pay me whatever you want, and any of the proceeds I make afterwards, you can send to like a children's hospital. So, Charlton Heston, negotiable and a good guy. He actually donates to charity and shit. But then he was the one who came up with that ending. He said, why don't I blow up the Earth so we don't have to make any more fucking sequels?
And then 1 year later, Escape.
And you know what? I like Escape.
Escape's good.
The comedy's great. And the ending, again, oh my God, I love that ending.
The best part, if you're really paying attention, though, when the interrogation scene and then Roddy McDowall pretty much revealed where the apes came from.
No, that was Zira. That was
basically what happened in Conquest and Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Like everything he described happened. He said no, and then the apes revolted.
And that's what I love too about the movie is that it does something where it does kind of do something here interesting. It's like if our humanity got word of our actual future, our destined future, would we try to change it in the present? Because it's pretty. Because you know what? That with Zira and Cornelius explaining all that shit, about a half a mile away or whatever, Doc Brown is shitting his pants saying, "Don't reveal the future. You don't want to know too much about your own destiny."
I just thought it was clever foreshadowing, in my opinion.
I just like
that. Basically, it don't matter what future they came from and what past. That humanity and the apes just repeated itself in every fucking timeline. It repeated itself, basically.
It's kind of like Terminator, where it's like it doesn't matter what you do. The future is set in stone.
Yeah, exactly. And I think Escape is underrated. I think people they dismiss it too soon. I think it's good if you really pay attention. It's a good movie. Then Conquest was just that much better because that's when we actually see the revolt.
Yeah, the ending scared the shit out of me out of the third one because that scene with like the freaking chimpanzee. No, because like I was a naive, scared kid. I got scared about pretty much anything, right? But that scene where like the chimp is like, oh, mama, and just cuts the black, mama. I'm like,
I didn't get scared. I want to cry because his real mom was dead.
Go watch that scene again because it actually is kind of funny how they edited it, where they have to keep reversing.
We're spoiling for people who haven't seen the Apes. We're spoiling the Apes movies. I'm sorry for anyone who hasn't seen these movies. I'm sorry.
Okay, I'll say one thing about Escape and Conquest, and that'll be it for my discussion on it. The best actor in that movie, aside from like Roddy McDowell, Ricardo Montalban is fucking amazing.
Khan, yes.
What a great actor! Like I've been watching a lot more of his movies. Like I love him as Khan. I love him in Apes. I even like him in the Spy Kids movies. He kind of makes it work. My favorite movie, like there's a movie he did in 1974. This is crazy. So in 1974, there was a TV shot-for-shot remake of Tyrone Power's The Mark of Zorro, right? It was a shot-for-shot remake, the same score. They had to condense it down to like an hour and 50 minutes because it was a TV movie. But they got Ricardo Montalban as the Basil Rathbone character. Like, you've seen The Mark of Zorro, I imagine, right, Jay?
Well,
like the Mark...
No,
like the original...
I've just seen the Antonio Banderas Zorro movie.
Oh, dude, The Mark of Zorro. That's the movie that killed Batman's parents. Like, that's the movie that killed... That's the movie...
And I watched the TV show. Was it 70s or 80s? There was a TV show. I used to watch that, too.
Okay, it was 1989. It was Duncan Regehr. It was a ABC Family show. There was the Disney show with Guy Williams. Walt Disney produced. That was black and white. There were two cartoons. There was the Filmation cartoon, but then there was one in the late 90s, which was a pre-nod to Batman the Animated Series. It aired on the WB. It was one season. But they did this remake in 1974, and it's Ricardo Montalban as Basil Rathbone's character, but Tyrone Power's actor is played by Frank Angela. So if you've ever wanted to see a movie where Skeletor and Khan fight each other, this is the movie for you. And yeah, like it's and you can find it for free on YouTube. It's very quick to sit through, and it's fun. It's just, it's just a fun remake. It's like I look at it, I'm like, this is probably what the Universal Kong would have looked like had they done in the 70s, because they were going so far as to using Max Steiner's original score. So it was pretty much, I think it was going to be about that quality, but it's good. It's a good remake. And that, so yeah, it's just, that's that. Ricardo Montalban, fucking badass.
Yeah, he's a legend.
Real legend, how did that guy, who was the guy in those commercials? Hold on, my battery is low. Who was the guy in the commercials who's like, I don't always do this, but when I do, that should have been Montalban. I'll be right back. I just got to charge my.
The most interesting man of the world, who they replaced, by the way, and then after that he just disappeared.
They should have had Ricardo Montalban. Yeah, they should have had.
Okay, yeah. I'll try to entertain the chat for a little bit. So,
sorry, I'm almost there.
BigJackFilms, the King of Fat says BigJackFilms, have you ever watched Aqua Teen Hunger Force? I have. Great, it's on HBO Max still. For those who haven't seen it, great show.
Okay, I'm back. I did. I'll say this right now. Where's that question? Aqua Teen Hunger.
King of the Fat, right? Yep.
Yeah. Great name. Here's the thing, because when we moved to the U.S. in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, from like 98 to 2002. So that was right around the time that Cartoon Network was going through a major change. Toonami had just really hit the airwaves. Sailor Moon was just airing, even though we had it in Canada, but Dragon Ball Z was just starting. So I was right there from the beginning when it was the shit. Yeah. When Dragon Ball Z was just the fucking shit. And at the same time, so I was more of a Cartoon Network guy than I was a Nickelodeon guy. So rather than watching Nick at Night, I watched Adult Swim. I even watched, because I was more waiting. It's funny, because I was just waiting for Toonami.
SS J4 Jason, yes, Spawn is on HBO Max. I'll repeat that. Spawn, the animated series, is on HBO Max.
Yeah, so
just so he knows, it's on there.
I was waiting at the time, like at night, for Toonami The Midnight Run to start, because I knew I was going to watch more Dragon Ball Z, and I was going to watch, apparently they were saying, like, the commercial was like, Gundam Wing, uncut. Yeah, you heard me. Like, apparently it was all uncut. So I was watching that, but during that time, they would air Adult Swim, like from like 9 p.m. to midnight. And I remember watching a lot of these weird-ass cartoons. I remember Space Ghost Coast to Coast. I did like Space Ghost.
That was a great show.
I did like that. I didn't understand a lick of it because I was a kid. And I didn't know what the fuck. Yeah, I didn't understand a lick of what was going on because I was a young kid. I didn't know what was going on. But I do remember Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I do remember, but the one show I watched on Adult Swim back then was Home Movies. Home Movies is a show that, talk about a series that needs a revival, because I feel it ended too quickly. I think it needs I think they should update it, like see where the characters are now, because Home Movies is my second favorite television series. It's just a simple show. I love how the kids act more like adults than the adults do. Coach McGurk is a guide to life.
I used to love Harvey Birdman.
Oh my god! Oh, Harvey Birdman. That's the I remember as a.
Ooh, I got one.
Yeah.
D-Lab 2021.
Yes.
I don't remember that one, but I remember Harvey Birdman because I just remember it being Hanna-Barbera cartoons. I remember it being Hanna-Barbera cartoons, but Home Movies, just Coach McGurk is my guide to life. That's where I want to be when I'm 40. I'm like, Brendan, I had a drink right before the medieval fair. All right? Drink during. That's what I should have done. You know, he is a guide to life. I love Coach McGurk. I love Brendan. I love Jason. Jason is fucking hilarious. But that show it was not just that. It was just the fact that it got me into filmmaking, because this was at the time I was really starting filmmaking. In fact, 99, I had made my first movie with my parents' video camera, and I was watching these shows at the time. I was like, oh, I take notes and make reference because I thought this is how real life works. It wasn't. But my old Home Movies used to look like what those kids made. So it's one of those. Oh, Squidbillies. Oh, remember Squidbillies?
No.
On Adult Swim?
I don't think I ever watched that one. I think I missed that one.
I remember briefly the Brock Show. The Brock Show was okay, but I was more Space Ghost. The Brack Show. But it's funny with Adult Swim because at the time it was mostly those cartoons. By the time I moved back to Canada, that's when they started showing more anime. That's when they started showing Inuyasha. I do remember things like I did watch Tenchi Muyo on late at night. I did watch Tenchi Muyo was good. I don't remember really any other adult-oriented animes, although it's funny, on Toonami, during their, like, afternoon block, they would not only show Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball Z, they showed, what is it, No, it wasn't Adult Swim. Adult Swim, it wasn't Tenchi Muyo, it was Yu Yu Hakusho. Yu Yu Hakusho is what I used to watch on Adult Swim. Tenchi Muyo is what they showed on the afternoon block, which makes no goddamn sense because that show has a lot of sexual shit in it. In Tenchi Muyo, you know, that's like if they showed Rosario Vampire in the afternoon. Like, no, you can't do that. There's a lot of tits and ass in that show. I don't think that's for kids.
Well, my reviewer Sana would approve of that, but
yeah, but I remember Yu Yu Hakusho briefly. I haven't seen it since, although I heard it has a strong fan base. But yeah, the anime boom didn't really happen to me until I moved back to Canada, and that's where I was just like, it just took off. So, but I did watch a lot of it on Toonami. Oh my god, you want to know the most underrated fucking anime on Toonami that everybody forgets about? Fucking Ronin Warriors. Am I the only one who knows about Ronin Warriors?
Yes.
Oh my god. Okay, it was like Power Rangers meets Akira. It was like the animation style was like Akira, but it was like color-coded superheroes with samurai, like mecha samurai armor, fighting some demon thing from Thundercats. It was awesome. I fucking loved Ronin Warriors. Oh my god. Talk about a show that nobody brings up anymore when it comes to anime. There's my rant on Adult Swim.
Yeah. No, I'm just looking at some of the chat in here. Thoughts on the live action Cowboy Bebop? I haven't seen it.
I've never. You know what? I have Cowboy Bebop on my shelf. I bought it at a thrift shop. I have yet to watch it. I've heard great things about Cowboy Bebop. I heard it's just Firefly the anime.
Jedi Teacher's got a good one for you, Jack. He's asking if if your King Kong is eligible for Academy Awards.
No, I don't even think it's up for. I don't even think it's. Oh, no,
You got in order to be for Academy Awards, you have to be theatrical.
Yeah, I mean, I thought about entering it in a film festival. I mean, it did really well at G-Fest. Like, I was actually surprised the turnout at G-Fest. Because
I wish I could have been there.
You know what?
Yeah.
I just got an idea.
Oh. Yeah.
Somebody should do a fan film award festival similar to the Oscars, but not shitty.
Oh, I like an Oscar parody. Well, it's funny because one of my episodes I had planned this year that I had to scrap because I ran out of time. I was going to talk about because I used to watch the Oscars a lot with my family. It was fun. Like back when Billy Crystal hosted it was hilarious. The last great host for me personally was Seth MacFarlane.
I don't watch the Academy Awards. I just looked online to see who wins. I don't actually watch the award ceremony.
I mean, back in the old days, it was actually really funny. Billy Crystal nailed it. Chris Rock was great.
Herman with Ed 209 and RoboCop.
Yeah, there was a lot of good ones. But one of my favorite segments at the Academy Awards back then was when they had animated characters show up on stage.
Simpsons.
Yeah, they had I remember the first one I ever saw was they had the cast from A Bug's Life come out. Now here's the thing. A Bug's Life isn't really talked about anymore. I really dug that movie. I liked it more than Ants. I liked it more than Ants. You know,
same here.
Go back and watch Ants. It looks like shit, right?
Yeah.
But I loved The Bug's Life when it came out. I liked the PS1 game. I liked the story because the story is just what is it? Isn't it like
the game wasn't good? Sorry, that I'll disagree. The game wasn't good.
The game was ass, but the score was amazing. Go listen to the tunnel track. It sounds like something out of a Kurosawa film.
Toy Story had a great both Sega and Super Nintendo, fantastic video game.
Oh yeah, I have that on SNES. With A Bug's Life, isn't there something where apparently somebody said it's just one of Kurosawa's movies but with bugs? Like apparently somebody described the story.
Yeah,
it's just Kurosawa.
Yeah, Seven Samurai.
Yeah,
it is.
Samurai,
yeah, it is Seven Samurai. Oh my god, I didn't even think of it until now that you mentioned it. Jack, you know what I wanted to do? Before I forget, and Brock, I want to hear yours too. Do you guys want to name off your top 5 and maybe an honorable mention too? Top 5 favorite movies of 2021.
Well,
top 5 movies. Mortal Kombat, which would be number 5. What else? Can't remember what else.
I'll say this: I haven't seen really anything outside of Cruella, which is the worst and one of the worst movies ever.
Godzilla vs. Kong, definitely.
Godzilla vs. Kong is
Number
probably
one.
the only movie I've seen this year. It's the only movie I've seen this year is Godzilla vs. Kong.
Okay. No, I've been seeing a lot of movies lately, so
I have Mortal Kombat. I do need to watch Mortal Kombat.
Listen, I'm the biggest Mortal Kombat fan, as you can tell. But like I didn't like it. I didn't hate it. I didn't like it.
Here's the thing.
It was disappointing.
I have the trilogy on SNES and Sega Genesis. I rarely play any of the other games. I'll be honest. Outside of the theme song,
the 95 movie's better.
But here's the thing: outside of the theme song and some reviews, I have never sat through the original Mortal Kombat.
You should definitely watch the original. It still holds up pretty good.
Nor Street Fighter. I don't think I can even sit through Street Fighter. I don't think I can.
Street Fighter's stupid fun.
No, but the
Street
problem
Fighter's
is,
stupid fun.
I've seen reviews of it. It looks nothing like the game outside of M. Bison.
Wrong.
That's it. You know what? I'll say this. The Legend of Chun-Li was a better Street Fighter.
No.
Because at least they were fighting. At least they were doing
Hell no. That was far worse.
Wait, could you repeat that, Jack? Go on.
Okay, it's a terrible movie, but when it comes to martial arts and fighting, Chun-Li did it a little bit better than the original Street Fighter.
No way. Okay, so I'll give my 5 movies an honorable mention. Okay, my honorable mention, Quiet Place 2. Honorable mention.
Hey, Jack.
Number 5, Army of the Dead. Fantastic.
Boy. Go on.
Hands up, don't shoot.
Just shoot him. Just shoot him.
Okay.
Okay, number 4, I'll say this, because the movie struck a fucking nerve, excuse my language. Number 4, The Father with Anthony Hopkins. That movie will haunt you forever. Number 3, Wrath of Man. Everybody go see that. Number 2, Nobody. Go see it. And then number 1, because I'm biased, I don't care, Snyder Cut.
Actually, Brian Kingsley brought this up. The extended version of the Super Mario Brothers movie is on Internet Archives.
I wish I could buy that. I would love to buy a Blu-ray of that extended cut.
That's actually, you know what? I'll say this. The Mario Brothers movie is better than the Street Fighter movie.
Agreed. I can agree to that.
Yeah, it's bad. Look, people hate it because it's not like the game. I like it. It's like Mario meets Blade Runner. It's like, yes.
Basically.
You know? And it's no, I don't care all the problems with, like, it's fun. Bob Hoskins was a good Mario. Bob Hoskins was a good Mario. I don't know what's going on with the Illumination Mario movie. Like, have they casted Mario yet?
Well, I think it's Charles Martinet.
The original voice, right?
Yeah.
I would hope so.
And they did release a movie. They did release the movie posters.
I love what Brock said. Should get Danny DeVito as Mario.
You know I'm right.
No.
And Al Pacino as Luigi.
Probably, I think he's a little too old because Mario's supposed to be in his late 20s.
No, you know what they do? John Goodman as Mario and Danny DeVito as Luigi.
No.
Too old.
Al Pacino.
Do you see what happens, Luigi, when you fuck a Yoshi in the mushroom?
Oh God, I love it.
Oh my God, John! No, if they made it in the '90s, if Universal made it in the '90s, they would have cast John Goodman as Mario.
Yeah.
Because you want to talk movies that people hate, but I love? I love the Flintstones movie with John Goodman.
Okay.
The Flintstones movie.
I like Viva Rock Vegas better.
I do too. I mean, I don't like it better, but I like Rock Vegas. I still think it's the same production design. It's the same humor. I mean, I don't like Gazoo, but fuck, I mean, it's a good movie. I don't know why I get some kind of enjoyment out of that stupid movie. I don't know what it is. Thomas Gibson as the bad guy, and Thomas Gibson is awesome. It has one of the best jokes in Flintstones history, where like there's like this whole scene at the ball, and there's like this evil plan going through, and then there's that one guy who's like, "I have secretly poisoned the entire dinosaur's water supply." Like what? What? Oh.
Yeah, they're fun flicks. I can appreciate the design, the production, and but
yeah. Like I mean, I'll say this.
And come on, Rick Moranis.
Yeah. I mean, better than Stephen Baldwin.
Oh God, Stephen Baldwin's from my neighborhood. Good God.
What is it? There's one thing that Nostalgia Critic brought up in his review.
Baldwin in Loving the Batman.
I can't remember. Stephen Baldwin, Loving the Batman. Wasn't he in that? I don't know what that's about.
Basically, it's a Christian film where a man basically attacks a woman. If you
okay,
probably who knows?
It just goes downhill from here.
Yeah, I'd rather watch the Death of Batman fan film than that. I mean, look, that movie sounds as bad as a Kirk Cameron picture. Yeah. And you know my hate. You know what? I'm surprised Cruella wasn't directed by Kirk Cameron. That's how bad I hated it.
We call him Kirk Can Moron.
Let's see here. All right, BigJackFilms. I have a few films I'd like to see a review if that's cool. One of them is The Fly. I don't know if I'll have time to do that right now, Huey, but I'll put that on the back on a list somewhere because I mean I did. Funny enough, last year I watched for the first time the original Fly the remake of The Fly, and I fucking loved it. No, yeah. I watched it back to back with The Thing, and I don't know if I sound like a saint for saying this, but I like The Fly more than The Thing. I like The Fly more.
They're both good movies. I'm not going to dispute that. They're both good.
Look, the Thing had better production quality and it looked well shot and everything. That's John Carpenter. The Fly had better graphic gore effects.
I think I will say this. The Thing is scarier. I think the Thing is much scarier.
The Thing is scarier, but The Fly had the better grotesque effects and makeup and creature design. Like that thing, like the full
it's
of The
so
Fly.
hard. Yeah, it's I will say this: Nerd Cage Live. We're gonna do the 35th anniversary of The Fly. We plan on to.
Well, I'm not
Also,
jumping
someone
on
in the chat earlier mentioned the 10th anniversary of Rise of the Apes. We plan on doing that one too.
Oh my God, has it been 10 years?
10 years. Yep, it has.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, no, I have like all these major milestones like bookmarked like on my computer, like what movies we're gonna cover.
I'll admit, out of those last 3 Apes films, the effects on Rise look the worst. Everything except for Caesar
They still look
looks
good,
great.
though.
No, like everything except for Caesar looks good. I think once they got to Dawn, it looked way better. But the original
I
Rise,
think Dawn's my favorite one. I mean, between the 3 of them, Dawn's my favorite.
the original Rise Caesar, the face is the only part I'm like, whoo, you haven't fixed it fully 100% yet, have you? I mean, so yeah, with The Fly, it's like I think the effects look better. The one part that bugged me, though, no pun intended, bugged me. No pun intended about the Fly remake. The whole bit where like Gina Davis gets pregnant and then she gives birth to that larva thing, and then it turns out it was all a dream. I'm just like, boo, boo.
They did the same thing. They did the same thing in the second. They did the same thing in the second movie.
I'm like, you don't have the balls. Come on. I want to see the whatever that came out of her for JJ. I want to see what the fuck that was. What kind of weird John Hammond breeding InGen science experiment is this? What in the franken fuck is that? Like, show me the larva. Oh my God. It was just, that was a good fucking movie. Yeah, I like that. But yeah, I mean, the thing, I want to rewatch it because I was kind of off and on it. There were a couple of movies over the summer I watched for the first time, and I was kind of off and on. I know before the new one comes out, I want to rewatch Top Gun again because I watched it for the first time last year.
We just did the 35th anniversary on Nerd Cage.
I watched it for the first time last summer, and I thought it was okay, but I wasn't really paying attention, so I think I need to do because I do want to see the second one.
I think the main attraction to that movie that still holds up is all the aerial scenes. The dog fights are amazing.
Oh yeah, the soundtrack.
They did that in 1986. Well, yeah, the soundtrack too, but just the fact that they're able to do all those shots like that, you know, that it's a crowning achievement when it comes to that.
It's interesting too, because like I know people have a very love-hate relationship with Tom Cruise and how he is as a person and shit. But you know what? Since Legend,
by the way,
you know what? Since Legend, I kind of like him. I think he's a good actor. I think
I root for him. There's no doubt. Here's the thing: whether you like him or not, now I root for him because he's from Syracuse. I know he's crazy, but he's from Syracuse. But whether you love him or hate him, you have to respect his work ethic. He's got like, the best work ethic in Hollywood, and the fact that he's still doing his own stunt work. Well, not all of them, but
he's like 60 years old almost, and he has the balls to hold on to a fucking plane. Okay, you know what? Tom Cruise, you're the new Evel Knievel. You're the new Evel Knievel. You're fucking awesome. Like, that's the thing.
Yeah, you gotta give him props. Like, he's doing a lot of that is really him. So
how has the Jackass crew not hired him? You know, like they're making the 4th one. How are they not getting Tom Cruise right now?
Oh God, man, I worry about those guys from Jackass because they've aged and they keep getting rushed to the hospital. Filming this new movie.
They might as well do the fan trailer that they did in the first one, Son of Jackass, that they did at the end of the... Because you know what? Here's the thing. I'm kind of looking forward to it because I have seen all the Jackass movies in theaters with my dad. My dad would sneak me out to go watch them because I was too young for them. But, it was a hoot and a holler watching those. I saw 3D...
God damn, that TV show, man. That was groundbreaking.
That's the thing. Like, I watched... I didn't watch the TV show until after I saw the majority of the first 2 films. Because
it gave birth to the internet pretty much.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Like, we had on-demand services on our cable networks, and our Rogers On Demand had all the episodes, I think, of the first season for free. So I would watch those a lot with my buddies, is the original Jackass show. But I like the movies. I think 2 is the craziest because that was at the time when they were all on fucking meth and cocaine and shit. They were doing the hardcore drugs. And then, like, by the 3rd one, they kind of bounced back. I felt the 3rd one, as much as I loved the 3D, as much as I thought it was really funny, it kind of felt a little bit more tamed because I guess they were just taking off the drugs. But I do like I remember seeing 3D with my dad, and that was a hoot and a holler. Like the part that got me was the Supreme, the cocktail Supreme. Like seeing that in 3D and the 3D number 2 stuff like that. Yeah. That was funny. That was
real quick. Red Ranger Studio, Maghsoudi and Get a Robo. Okay, I have not seen it. I'm aware of it because Titan Goji's covering it. So over on Titan Goji's channel, check out his review of Maghsoudi and Get a Robo. They're excellent. I have not seen it. I will check it out at some point, but no, I have not seen it. And also over in the someone just asked, Jared Osborne asking about our favorite Jackass stunts.
Okay, it's I'll say mine first. Mine is one that didn't appear. It actually was a deleted scene in number 2, and it was called Beauty and the Beast, and it was where Preston. They got Preston to dress in a King Kong outfit. They got Wee Man to be Fay Ray. They put them on top of a hill, and on top of the hill was a porta potty. So they would stand on top of the porta potty on top of the hill, and there's Preston in an ape suit and Wee Man in a dress. And then the crew would fly RC airplanes at them. And then at the very end of the stunt, Preston would fall off the thing. And,
well, of course, yours is King Kong related.
Well, it was cut. It was cut because apparently it was just it didn't really work out how they wanted it to. It was one. I think it was on like the I think it was like Jackass 2.5. So it was like the semi sequel, spinoff sequel that had like a bunch of deleted material. But that is my favorite because I just like. That's actually the method we wanted to do for our movie. We wanted to get the guy in the suit, built a miniature Empire State Building on top of a hill, and then get RC helicopters. And we were even thinking about hiring somebody to get RC helicopters mounted with red paintball guns. And actually that was our original plan. We couldn't really do that, so we just did it where Bradley just stood on a stool, and we just matted in the shot and just had wire helicopters on fishing line.
There's so many good ones. I'll name 2. But go ahead, Brock. Go ahead.
I think my favorite one were probably where Bam just barges into the bathroom and kicks the living crap out of Ryan Dunn.
His dad or Ryan Dunn, yeah. Go ahead, Jay.
Going back to the first movie, I love the fireworks wake up on Bam's parents.
Yeah,
that was absolute brilliant. And then I don't know if it was the second or third movie, but the where they do the bungee jump. So Wee Man's hook. I forget. So yeah, they jumped off the bridge, and then like Wee Man gets pulled down.
I think that was the third one because it's funny because like the jump in quality from 1 to 2. The first one was done with sort of like video, digital video work. But by the second and third one, they had access to regular motion picture cameras.
Yeah, well, they're all great, but I'm just thinking the top of my head. I'd have to rewatch all of those movies again because it's been decades.
There's a couple for me. Like I can name probably the ones that just got to me. The first one, I really hated the paper cuts one where they had to take an envelope and like cut all their webbings. Oh, that one hurt. I felt that. The ones that you feel, those are the worst. No, the first one, my favorite skit is the finale, the one they did for their finale where it was the toy car.
Oh, God.
My dad and I remember this. I was a young kid. I was a young kid watching South Park and shit when I shouldn't be. My dad and I, when we saw that in the theater, my dad couldn't breathe. He was wheezing. That's the part.
The X-rays, like, is that a toy car?
No, but it's not just that. What is prior is the fucking lady looking at the X-ray, like. There's silence. And then it's like they shoved the toy car up his butt. Oh my God. So there's that one, but the second one probably had some of the most disturbing ones. Like the part that got me was Steve-O doing the butt chug. That was just
disgusting. My God.
No, here's the thing. Some of the stunts.
What about the shark one?
Oh, the fish hook! Oh my god!
Oh my god! Like he just timed that. He kicked that shark just when he needed to. Like
No,
that
the
could have been
part that was funny
disastrous.
was piercing his fucking cheek with the fish hook. Why would you do that? Ow! But the thing is, like, I'll say this about the second one, because again, they were on a lot of I found out from behind the scenes, they were doing a lot of drugs on that one. Cocaine, meth,
Yep.
they were doing like a lot of drugs.
I know it's
But
sad.
half of those stunts in the second one, some of them, I'm thinking, is this legal? The part that got me was Preston doing the one with the pig. Like that I'm just like, am I allowed to watch this?
Yeah.
Like that, I was like, is that going too far? I don't know if you
Even
even know
the airplane prank, that could have been, you know.
Oh yeah, or what's the airplane prank? What was that one?
Remember at the very end, the taxi, terror taxi.
Well, yeah. Way to make that joke less than a few years after 9/11, assholes.
I know.
Like no, 5 years after 9/11. And no, it was funny. At the same time that came out, you know what? Guess what? Other two movies were in the cinema at the same time. Oliver Stone's World Trade Center and United 93.
Oh god, United 93 is one of those movies you watch once and then never again. I couldn't sleep for days.
I
couldn't sleep for days, man.
It was a good movie. Like the ending's just it's interesting because I saw Oliver Stone's World Trade Center. I saw that in theaters with my mom, and
yeah.
I think it's a good movie. I know there was a lot of controversy going in because this is from the director of JFK. You know,
Yeah.
so you could think, oh, is he going to go into the whole conspiracy shit? But the thing is, I came out of it really liking it. I cried. I actually did cry in the cinema. But there's one thing in the movie that I'm just kind of very iffy on. Nicolas Cage's acting in that is, oof, it's like cagey. Like the part that gets me, there's two moments in the film I'm like, you're not even trying, Cage. There's the scene where you know it's all coming down. And you see, like, it's the best effects scene, because I was expecting a disaster movie level of effects. And there surprisingly wasn't, which I'm actually okay with. But the scene where it's all coming down, they have to run to the elevator shaft. All Nicolas Cage has to say is just, run, let's go! Like, he has to say it really emotionally. But he sounds constipated when he says it. Go watch it again. He's like...
I have to watch it again. It's been a long time.
No, he sounds... Look at that scene. He sounds constipated. He's like... Run! Like, Cage, this is not the appropriate movie to be cagey. Like, even the scene where he's in the rubble and he's having, like, his mental breakdown and he's screaming. It's like, we're going to get out of here, Sarge. We're going to get out. Ah! Ah! Like, dude, that's like Wicker Man levels of like, Cage. Come on, dude. This is not the time. There is a time and place to be Wicker Man. There's a time and place to shout, not the base! Ah! But, that is the one part of the movie, the two parts of the movie, I'm like, I can't take this seriously. I'm sorry, this is just Nicolas Cage. I can't do it. I can't do it. But yeah, it's like, though, it's interesting because I might cover Oliver Stone's film in September. I might cover it for the 20th anniversary of the event because, I mean, my story about that, like where I was, because everybody has that story, I was in elementary school at the time, and I actually woke up really late. My parents would normally wake me up for school, and they didn't. So I would go downstairs, and I woke up on my own, and my mom was watching the TV, and I think it was like right after the second one. I can't remember, or right after the first one. And I was young and stupid, so I'm like, building on fire, cool. I was young and stupid. But here's the part that gets me. We still had to go to school that day. And as an adult, hindsight, I'm like, yeah, the country's under attack. I think school would have been canceled. Because all we did when we was in elementary school, all we did was just sit and watch it. We didn't do a damn thing. We were all so shocked that we just watched, just sat and watched. We had to watch. There was nothing to do. People were just too stunned and shocked to continue on with the daily routines. And I was like a young kid. I was like only 9 when that happened.
Yeah,
so,
I was in high school, so.
Oh, I was 9 years old. I was like, I didn't understand. I didn't really know a clue what was happening. I didn't have a clue what was happening, and it didn't really hit me until I saw the Oliver Stone film. I'm like, ooh. And here's the thing too. When I went on my trip, when I did my New York location tour, I had my dad and I went. It was during a terrible snowstorm. This was about 2 years ago, and we checked out the museum. If you ever go to New York, check out that museum. That place is unbelievable. What they've done, like the respect they paid to it. They have they built the museum under the foundation of where they were, and it's crazy. And when you go down, because the thing is, you pay, and all the money goes to the families, which I'm like, that's great. All the proceeds go to the families, because you pay like $50 to get in, which is good money for them. So you go down the escalator, and the first thing you see is the foundation beams that are still in the concrete. Half of them are fucking bent because of the weight, and you're just like that alone. You're just like shit, right? And even going into the mall, the newly built mall, the air is different. Like you feel like you're breathing in spirits. It's kind of eerie. Like, you ever seen Spirited Away, the Miyazaki movie?
No.
Okay. Okay. Remember the scene, Brock, in Spirited Away when they're about to go into that land, and Chihiro's like holding her parents' hand, and she's like, "The wind's pulling us in," right? Like the wind is trying to pull them in. That was the feeling you got going into the plaza. You're like, oh, they're telling us to come. I kind of believe in the paranormal and the supernatural a little bit. So I felt that there. I think there are spirits around there. So going in there, what got me, the part that hit me the hardest was I saw one of the artifacts was a walkie-talkie that belonged to the school principal that was in the center, because you think about it, you have all these parents who work there who have to drop their kids off. So the kids would be in the daycare center and the kindergarten centers in the building and shit. And while their parents go to work. So when the principal saw what was going on, his first priority was get the kids out. So he got the kids out, and I think he stayed behind and he didn't make it. So kudos to that motherfucker for staying around and like making sure the kids got out. And when we came out of it, my dad, this is my dad's words, we were both in tears. We were both stunned. And we came out of it, and I said to Dad, what'd you think? And my dad literally said, there is no fucking way Bush rigged that. That's all he said. He said, there's no fucking way. I'm like, I agree. So if you can go down there, it's like, it's pretty powerful.
I've driven by it. I haven't been in it, but I've driven by it because.
Dude, go to the museum. It's worth going to, because you're like, I would even say try to book something around September, because 20th anniversary of the event. Yeah. And even then, I'm like, has it been 20 years?
Yes, it is.
Like, how much has changed in that time? Like, a lot of people say that was the day the 90s died, and I'm like, you know what? I agree. That was the day the 90s died. I know it was like 2000, but that was the day. Yeah, but I know the 90s technically died in 2000, but that was the day the culture and shit died in 2001. That was pretty heavy shit.
You want to know a shocking thing about 9/11?
Okay.
Guess who gave Osama bin Laden that much power?
Oh, okay. Can we not go into any conspiracies?
Yeah, let's not go there.
This is history.
Okay,
I'm not one of those nuts. Relax.
Okay, who was it?
Ronald Reagan. Because hear me out. There was actually a Vietnam-esque conflict happening in Afghanistan because the Soviets took control of Afghanistan, and the United States basically sent people to train the guerrilla fighters there, which would later form the Taliban.
Okay, that's all you need to say. That's all you need to say.
That's all I need to say. I love history, so.
Okay, it is very complicated. I don't want to get into that stuff. I mean, I'm one of those people who don't think it. I mean, I'll just come out and say it. I'm not a conspirator. I don't think it was an inside job. In fact, the people who are anti-vaxxers, I say, are the same. I put them on the same level as those fucking nut jobs. They're the same people. Like, I see those protests in Toronto. I'm like, you're the same fucking people. It's been 20 years. Give it the fuck up. It's so. For me, it's like, that's because, it just degrades the thousands of people who died. That's my biggest pisser. It degrades them. Like, what's a story I heard? And this is the last I'll discuss about it. You know how in the calls for United 93, there was the one guy right before they went down, he said, let's roll out. Like, that story about that one guy in the call? It turns out the reason he said that is because he was a kid who grew up in the 80s as a G1 Transformers fan. And he said that as an ode to one of his heroes, Optimus Prime. When Peter Cullen heard that, he broke down crying. He broke down. So how crazy is that?
Yeah.
That, you know, wow, what a way to be. Because they were heroes doing that. They were heroes doing that because it could have been a hell of a lot worse. But the fact that he said what Optimus Prime would say, I'm like, that dude had balls. So, yeah, it's one of those things where it's a topic and shit I don't really like getting into because one of my rules about being a YouTuber, and this is a guide I tell a lot of people, don't get into politics, don't get into religious shit, don't, you know, none of that crap. Don't get into that.
We don't do that. We don't do that in the cage. So
it's a kiss of death for your channel. So this is probably the only time anybody on my channel is going to hear about it because I just don't like. I'm not comfortable talking about it. If I review a movie based on topics like that, I will be very blunt about it. That's what I did with Titanic, because Titanic, I just wanted to point out what the history was and then talk about the movie, you know, because I'm not, and when it comes to historical stuff, depending on what it is, I just want to talk about the film. Like, one movie I want to talk about that I know is historically inaccurate, and we're kind of going into a different subject, a movie that I know is historically inaccurate as fuck, but I don't care. It's a well-made movie. I fucking love Braveheart. Braveheart is awesome. I don't care if it's historically inaccurate. I don't care what history buff Nick Hodger says. I love his video, but I don't care. I still love that movie, and I think it's Mel Gibson's best movie. Like, acting, directing, all that jazz. That's a damn good movie.
I like The Patriot more.
Patriot, oh, okay. I like The Patriot up to one scene that history buffs did bring up, and that was the burning of the people in that church, because that didn't fucking happen. That part didn't, like, that was fucking bullshit. But I like Braveheart more because it's just, think about this. No Braveheart, I think this. No Braveheart, no Lord of the Rings. I'm just saying, that Braveheart really pretty much defined the epic battle genre.
No Highlander, no Braveheart.
Well, that, and, you know, it's just more about Braveheart pretty much started what I think was the epic battle genre of the 2000s of cinema. Because you notice after Braveheart, then there was Gladiator, there was Lord of the Rings, and after those two films came out, or those set of films, then everybody wanted to be Lord of the Rings. Everybody wanted to be Gladiator, and every final chapter, even in books, book adaptations, even if they didn't have them in the books, every one of them had to pull a Return of the King, the big final battle. Like, Harry Potter did it terribly, mind you. I was very disappointed with part 2. I was very disappointed. Like, the Battle of Hogwarts, I was waiting for that, and it was dark. I couldn't see anything. It was uncreative. It was bullshit. Come on. You're the final chapter. Give me that return. This is where you're okay to do that, right? Even Breaking Dawn Part 2 did that. And apparently, from what my sister told me, because she's read them, that whole final battle, that wasn't in the books. That wasn't in the books. That was just, fuck it, we're returning the king in this movie. Braveheart kind of set that thing of like, here's how you make a big epic fucking battle. And you know what? And here's the thing. That battle makes no goddamn sense strategically. It's not even a battle. It's a fucking brawl. It's not even strategic, right? It makes no sense. So, but it started that where like you have to have one army and then another army and just charge in, just clash into each other. It's cool, and I love it for that. But strategically, it makes no goddamn sense. Like, I mean, the one part but it does lead to one of my favorite lines of Braveheart, and it's in the second battle where the king Longshanks is like, "Archers, bang your buttons, sire. Don't we hit our own troops?" Well, yes. But we'll hit theirs as well. We have reserves. Attack! He's like, fuck my guys! Kill them all! Oh, and Longshanks is the biggest, one of the biggest assholes in cinema. One of the greatest assholes. Like, he's up there with, what's his name? Christoph Waltz from Inglourious Bastards. Like, oh my God, what a douche! What? See, I can talk about this shit forever. I just want to I want you guys in the conversation here.
What you said.
Answer to your question, SSJ. I like everything okay. I like the battle scenes in Pearl Harbor, but I hate one part of that battle. Hated how the Japanese fired on innocent civilians. That did not happen. That was Michael Bay being Michael Bay.
I just like the 30 minutes that during the attack and the rest of the movie's booty sauce.
You want a better Pearl Harbor movie? Tora, Tora, Tora.
Yes. Yes. Well,
and listen to Pearl Harbor. Don't fuck your best friend's girl unless you know your best friend's actually dead.
Here's my biggest problem with Pearl Harbor. It's Titanic meets Independence Day meets Top Gun. It's all three movies that Michael Bay just ripped off because it came out right after Titanic. It came out right after.
No. It was like Pearl Harbor was after. What 90 was 90
2000. It was 2000. It was 2000.
2000. Yeah. So it was a couple years after.
Another way I can describe Braveheart or not Braveheart, Pearl Harbor. It's Titanic meets Saving Private Ryan. That's what it is. It's this love story of Titanic with the battle scenes of Saving Private Ryan. And look, if I could name like top 2 World War II movies for me, like my personal favorites, Saving Private Ryan, because that has one of the greatest opening scenes to any movie. Like I can watch that whole half hour of the Battle of D-Day and I don't have to watch the rest of the film. I am sold. Like that.
No, that's brilliant. That's a great movie.
It also did kind of, I think that movie spawned the first-person shooter genre. Like, that spawned Call of Duty. It spawned Battlefield. Like,
no, GoldenEye was long before.
Well, that's the game. You're talking about the game, but I'm talking about in terms of, like, games that, like, when the genre of warfare games came in.
Yeah, but Call of Duty and Medal of Honor existed before Saving Private Ryan. So,
really?
No, Jack. Yeah.
No way. I thought Call of Duty came out around the 2000s.
Yeah, and there was Medal of Honor, and then there was Call of Duty. It was before Medal of Honor was before Saving Private Ryan.
It did kind of but it did kind of bring out the boom of that, the first-person war game. You know, like that's
there we go. Smith Wesson in the chat agrees with me. Medal of Honor.
Medal of Honor. Yeah. So it's Saving Private Ryan, and one movie I'm actually thinking about reviewing this year, The Great Escape. Like, Great Escape is one of the most quotable films ever. That is one of my favorite movies to quote. I can quote that movie day in, day out. I love it. I love how it's pretty lay low, close to the real-life story. I love the history behind it. I love the cast. Steve McQueen, Charles Bronson, James Garner, Richard Attenborough, John Hammond.
It's a great cast.
It's great. Like, no, I was watching, what was it, Last Crusade the other day on TV. And I saw that whole motorcycle chase with Harrison and Sean Connery. That's right out of The Great Escape. That is so Steve McQueen on his motorcycle jumping over the fence. Oh, Great Escape is the fucking shit. And then they made a shitty sequel in the 80s. Did you know that? They made a sequel?
No, I did not.
Oh, okay. Here's what's crazy about it. It's a TV movie. And it's like it's a miniseries. It's 3 hours long, and it's supposed to be about how it takes place after the movie, where after the war, the people who survived Stalag Luft 3 go back to Germany to get their revenge on the people who imprisoned them. It's really weird, but the cast is insane. Ian McShane, Christopher Reeve is in this, Superman, and the weirdest casting. And the only reason it's tied to the first one, Donald Pleasance is in the sequel, which makes no goddamn sense because his character died in the first movie. He was the blind guy.
Yeah.
So apparently, no, he's just playing a different character. And I'm not kidding. He looks like he just got off the set of like Halloween 4. It looks like they just dragged him off the set with the same costume. It is such.
Wouldn't surprise me.
It's called The Great Escape 2, The Untold Story. The first time I ever saw it, it was on VHS at a local video store here. And it was in like a shanty video store. And I was thinking about picking it up, never got around to it. It's the same scenario how I discovered there was a Birds 2. Like, did you know there? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I saw the Birds 2.
I knew there were sequels of the Birds. Yep.
Oh, my God. The Birds 2 is, it's fucking garbage. But it's you know what it is? It's a fun kind of garbage. I like it more than Birdemic. That is
God.
Okay, people say Birdemic.
Let's watch the JonTron review. That's the only review you need to see of Birdemic.
I take it back. Go back to the fucking bird. Go back to the fucking birds. Oh man. But yeah, it's Birdemic is fucking weird. But I like Birds 2 more
like
because
some of the worst special effects.
Oh yeah, but Birds 2 is like the room of killer animal movies, which somebody pointed out in the chat by Alex. They're rebooting Anaconda. Okay.
That movie wasn't even good when it first came out. Why?
I've never seen it, so I mean, I think
shout out to Ice Cube, but it's even
like
at the time. I'll give you a better. You're better off watching Snakes on the Plane.
I mean, I want to watch it just because I want to see how the effects look. Because I see the animatronic snake, I'm like, that thing looks cool.
It was terrible back then. They're even worse now. But even back then in '96, it was bad.
It was coming out. It's funny that there was that too. Because like after Jurassic Park, here's what I think. After Jurassic Park, you talk about how Twister kind of brought in the disaster movies. Jurassic Park kind of brought back the killer animal genre because it was dead. It was kind of what had its course after Jaws ran its thing, right? Because after Jaws, there was like Grizzly and Piranha. Then Jurassic Park comes out, and then there's all these movies being based on Michael Crichton, like Congo and all this. And then there was Anaconda. There was Lake Placid. There was
Placid. Lake Placid.
Yeah, Lake Placid.
That's actually in New York State. So yeah, I know it's.
Jumanji. There were all these killer animal movies suddenly coming out in the wake of Jurassic Park. So I'm like, huh. And there was
Godzilla '98.
It's okay. Like
1994, directed by the same guy who did Speed,
yeah,
Twister, The Haunting.
We went through that. And I'll say this too, Brock. I've seen the original, and I know it's bad, but I kind of like the remake of The Haunting. I kind of like it. It's bad. It's dumb. It's stupid. It's a cartoon. It's basically The Haunting, the animated series, but with live action actors. Like Liam Neeson's trying. He's phoning it in, but he's trying. Catherine Zeta-Jones is hot as hell in that. Holy fuck. You know my thing for her.
Yeah,
Owen Wilson. Owen Wilson sucks. What?
Or am I pointing?
No.
Corner.
You have no power. You have no power.
Corner.
Owen Wilson sucks.
That was like one of his first movies.
But I know what it is, like, some of the scares in that actually do kind of work. Like, the part that got me, because I saw it in the cinemas as a kid.
So did I. Well, I wasn't a kid, but yeah, I saw it.
The part that got me was the fucking, like, sculpted children.
Statues, yeah, the little children.
Oh, that. I'm like, Jesus Christ!
But she's getting killed even though we're already dead.
No, it's funny because for the longest time it did scare me. But then I watched Nostalgia Critic's review. When the fucking skeleton comes out of the fireplace, I'm like, okay, that freaked me out. But then I see what NC did, where he's like, oh no, she found one of Jeff Dunham's lost terrorist puppets. Silence! I kill you! But no, the part that got me too, aside from the dolls, was the staircase scene. I thought was pretty well done. Like the scene where Liam Neeson's trying to get her, like the chick. And the staircase is falling apart. That part got me. And also the scene where he's dragged by that statue into the water and the water starts puking blood. I'm like, ooh, that's creepy. The ending is bullshit. The ending basically becomes Ghostbusters 2, where they're fighting. Who's the bad guy in Ghostbusters 2? What's his name? Oh fuck. Yeah, Vigor. Yeah, the bad guy becomes him from Ghostbusters 2. So I was just expecting them to come out and just be like, like this guy is toast. But yeah, I mean, I think it's a dumb movie, but I can have some entertainment value out of it. I think the production design looks great. I love that haunted house. Like, that's a good haunted house. Like, that looks good.
It's been a year since I watched it in the theater. I haven't watched it since.
Oh, it doesn't hold up. But like, if you can watch it as like a dumb fucking cartoon, it's fun. So yeah, like, and here's the thing. I mean, the thing is with Ghostbusters, I just want to talk about this.
Yeah.
I never grew up with Ghostbusters. I'm not the biggest fan. And I've only seen the first one once on TV, and I thought it was okay.
Yeah, rewatch it. It's a fun flick, and Bill Murray's hilarious.
I haven't seen the second one. I
Hey, come on,
refuse.
Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Oh yeah, that's good. But I haven't seen the second one. I refuse
The
to watch
second one is all right, and I'm with you. I refuse to watch the 2016 one.
I don't call it Ghostbusters. I call it Queefbusters.
Oh, that's good. Taking a little bit far, but yeah, I have no interest in seeing it at all.
I do want to see. Okay.
As far as Afterlife, I'll give it a chance.
I like that. It looks more promising. It's basically Ghostbusters: The Force Awakens.
Well, I'm just glad because they're going to totally erase the 2016 from history. So
yeah. I'll admit my favorite Ghostbusters thing. If I do like Ghostbusters, I like the theme song. I loved the Universal show. The Universal show was great.
Yeah, the real Ghostbusters.
Spectacular. No. That was the TV show. Like that was the TV show. I'm talking about the live attraction at Universal Studios. The Ghostbusters Spooktacular. That was kick-ass. Because they had after the show, you could go see the Ecto 1 going around the show. Because what they would do is they'd have the Ghostbusters there as characters. And what they would do is they'd have the Ecto 1 go around the studio, and then when the next show started, they'd bring in the actors to come in and do the show, and then they would go back out, and they would do that all day, is be the Ghostbusters. But I loved that. And you know what? I loved Dan Aykroyd's cameo in Casper. Casper's underrated. The live action Casper movie with
I remember it. Yeah, with the three ghosts.
I do like that movie. I love Dan Aykroyd's cameo. It's like, who are you gonna call? Someone else, and he just walks off. But my favorite ghost, I think the bit that really got me into Ghostbusters was the skit from Be Kind Rewind, which is an underrated classic, like a cult classic. Be Kind Rewind, like it brought along the Swedish genre. I love the whole scene with Jack Black and Mos Def recreating Ghostbusters, and they got like the tinfoil outfits. Oh, that's great. But Ghostbusters is just it's there. It's not really a thing I'm the biggest fan of. Like if somebody told me, hey, can you review Ghostbusters? I'd probably rather just review the Universal show. I wouldn't really touch the movies. It's not my thing. I mean, even if I had a scene in my show where I had to basically fight a ghost, you're not going to see me put on a jacket and wear a proton pack. It's just not my thing. I mean, if anything, I was more of a fan of Danny Phantom than I was Ghostbusters. But even that,
you are young. So it's.
Well, I mean, I was a 90s kid. Technically, I was a 90s kid. I was able to grow up with Ghostbusters. I just never really got into it. But like, come the 2000s, I mean, I didn't even watch much Danny Phantom. And I was just like, it's okay. I mean, I like the fact that Danny looks like Trunks from Dragon Ball Z and he's just fighting ghosts. In fact, where's that crossover? Danny Phantom meets the Ghostbusters. Hello? That would be amazing. Let's get that shit going. It's just only because I'm not big into the whole ghost thing. Like, I'm not big into ghost stories. I'm not big into the whole ghost genre. I hate the Paranormal Activity movies. Boring. Boring as hell.
Boring.
Like, you want to know what my favorite ghost movie is? It's fucking Poltergeist. The original Poltergeist. That is one of the scariest fucking movies I've ever seen in my life. That is a pure ghost story. In fact, you know the whole story about the Poltergeist curse, right?
Yeah, the girl died. Yeah, I know.
Okay, well, no, like a lot of people died after that movie came out. A lot of people died. Here's my thing with Poltergeist, is that there have been rumors for years that Tobe Hooper didn't really have full control of directing. It was actually technically directed by Spielberg. Spielberg actually directed it, but he just gave credit to Tobe because he was busy on other things. My theory is with the Poltergeist curse, it was coming after Steven, and Steven said, Tobe did it! And then Tobe croaked. You know, and then Steven's just like, dodged a bullet. You know, like, I think, you know, that's what happened. It's like Spielberg was the one who directed that, but I think he shifted it to Tobe Hooper because he didn't want to get hit with the Poltergeist curse. You know? So,
yeah.
But I like it because what Poltergeist is it's E.T. but with ghosts. You know, that's what it is. It's literally E.T.
It's got the, you know, ambient Spielberg tropes to it. Yeah.
Racist the God said this. Ghost from 1990. That's a good one.
Yeah.
With Patrick Swayze.
Patrick Swayze got me more.
That made me cry. Oh my God. Well, it's funny because
Whoopi Goldberg was awesome.
Oh my God. It's funny because I'm planning at some point to do a review of Disney's Hunchback of Notre Dame. And I had no idea that Esmeralda was voiced by Demi Moore from Ghost. So now I just want to do a skit of the whole clay pot scene. But instead of Patrick Swayze, it's Quasimodo and they're sculpting a hunch.
That's a good one.
Oh my god. I have plans for Hunchback. Like, I want to review it. I want to talk about the sequel. I have a brilliant way to open if I review the sequel, because the sequel is one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Like, I have a way to open it. But, oh, Ghost is a good one.
Hey, James and Sailor Jupiter fans been asking the same question this whole time.
I want to bring this up. Okay.
I don't even know what TATMR is.
Okay, I'll bring this up. I'll explain this. So,
I know what this is. Son of a
okay. Ever since I've been doing those reaction videos to the George Carlin dubbing Thomas the Tank Engine, which I do want to do more of them because they do get me hits. However, I should point out, I did mention in those videos that I, quote-unquote, was a Thomas fan. I was a kid. I grew up with Shining Time. I did enjoy the movie. But that's it. I grew the fuck up. I grew the fuck up. I moved the fuck on. And I will say this. Ever since I've done those reaction videos, and it's nothing against the fandom. They are a okay fandom. But they have not stopped pestering me about more reactions, which I will do, and reviewing the movie. I might consider it. I will consider it. But it's not a promise. Because I did enjoy the movie. I thought the cast was good. I knew about this alternative cut because apparently there was like a half hour or something cut from the film because it just was too dark or something. You know, there was all the storylines. But god damn it, Thomas fandom. You have to have some patience here. This is not going to become a Thomas. As much as you pester me, I will not be converting this into a Thomas channel. There are plenty of other channels you can convert to. In fact, I think given the MLP fandom starting to die down, go convert them. And yes, I'm just going on a rant about the fandom now. I apologize. I understand your frustration with Mattel and how they have fucked it up. I know. I have heard about this. I agree. It looks like shit. Brett Aircroft, the creator, says it looks like shit. So don't watch it. Make it flop. I get it. I get your fans. You have to be patient with me. You will get those videos, but god damn it. I am sorry, but shut your funnel. Shut your funnel up. And stuff it up Sir Topham Hatt's fat ass. As Sir Topham Hatt would say, silence. I am so done. There's my... Good night, everybody.
Oh.
Anyway,
all right, thank you and good night.
Yeah, I mean, well, actually, speaking of which, we're almost going on 2.5 hours, and it's almost midnight. I think we're going to call it.
Oh.
This was a fun... Oh, do you want to say one more thing, Brock? Would you like to take your whack at the Thomas fandom while we have our heads still on?
Actually, yes, I do. And it's actually true that the Brody fandom's also dying down, and even some of the big names there are actually leaving for varied reasons. But I'm keeping that. What's the word?
Non-disclosure.
Something
Quiet.
like that, or
shut your funnel and stuff it up the fat controller's asshole.
Something like that.
Okay. Silence. Okay, I'll admit this with the Thomas fandom. I do like, as an adult, I like the YouTube poops, the brilliant YouTube poops that have come out of it, and I love the George Carlin redubs. Those are funny.
With you.
And I do like the Resident Evil Mr. X modded Thomas the Tank Engine. I'll give it that.
Yeah, so there I can finally answer it. I would just appreciate not getting called about that every other video I make, getting a comment about that. I know it's out there. I will talk about it someday. It's not on the schedule. It's just something that if I feel like I want to talk about it, I will talk about it. I respect that fandom. I was part of that fandom, but much like Andy in Toy Story 3, I grew the fuck up. I actually gave all my toys away in a garage sale decades ago. I grew up. I know some don't. They want to live in they want to live in their toot motherfucker island of Sodor, Neverland. I get it. I'd rather look. To be honest, I'd rather live in Neverland than fucking the island of Sodor. Because oh my god, you know what? As Dave Chappelle once said, "Don't even tell me how to get to Sesame Street because that's a horrible fucking place." Do you know how like have you heard there's conspiracy theories about how the island of Sodor is actually a dictatorship? You know, and I believe that more than anything. So there you go. Done my rant. So let's call it a night. And let's give some plugs here. First of all, let's go with Jay because you know he's got some good shit. So let's put you on center stage. Yeah, here we go. How do I do this? I'm trying to get. Hang on.
That's me.
Oh, hang on a sec. I'm sorry. It's been a while since I've used this. Here we go. Jay, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Hi, everybody. I am the co-host of Nerd Cage Live. Please sub it up. Just want to say that my latest video is the Legend of Zelda Top 10 discussion and countdown. That was a lot of fun. Please check that out. And of course, we go live every Thursday night. We've had Big Jack, on. We always have guests on every Thursday night. And next Tuesday, we're doing an E3 reaction stream. And then that following Thursday, not this Thursday, but next Thursday is our Pulp Fiction watch party. So hope you can be there. Please sub with the Nerd Cage Live, and I'll add this too. Get us to 500 subs. We'll do a $50 Amazon card giveaway. Get us to 1,000 subs. I'll do a $100 Amazon card giveaway. So there you have it. Sub up Nerd Cage Live. Check it out. Mark is a fantastic co-host, and he does a lot of the edits. We have the 25th anniversary of The Rock with Sean Connery and Nicolas Cage. That's coming out hopefully tomorrow. So check out Nerd Cage Live. Jack, thank you for having me on. Brock, it was awesome working with you tonight. And again, thank you very much to Big Jack and BigJackFilms in the chat. It was a lot of fun.
I'll just say this too. Bring Brock on Nerd Cage. He'd have a wonderful time. And hey, for you guys who want to sub to Nerd Cage and potentially get that $100 Amazon gift card, if you think about it, if you get that gift card, you can get things like this. The John Gullerman, the man, the myth, and the legend by the great Mary Gullerman, a good friend of mine who was the widow of John Gullerman. The guy who directed Kong 76, The Towering Inferno, Death of the Nile. Wonderful book about John's life. There's exclusive behind-the-scenes Kong 76 photos in this book. And you can pick it up on Amazon. So there's one of the things you could probably get with that gift card. So there is potential for Kong fans. So, Barack.
Hello, everybody. As you know, my channel is named Light Post Films. You can see me on Instagram and TikTok and also YouTube and on DeviantArt, but only for Light Post Films too. But that's about it.
All right. So yeah, how do I go back to basic layers like that? No, okay, hang on a sec. Let me fix this. Okay. Oh dear. Hold on. There we go. Okay, so on my end, again, guys, thank you all so much for watching the stream. Thank you, Jay from Nerd Cage and Brock from Indie Fan for coming in. I put their links to their channels in the description. Again, if you go get to Nerd Cage, get them up to 1,000 subs, $100 gift card, $500, $50 gift card. You might as well do both when you hit the 1,000 mark. You might as well. I've actually considered doing giveaways at some point. I want to do giveaways of potentially my Kong movie on VHS, but I'd have to figure out how all that works because I have no idea how the fuck giveaways work.
I'm only doing digital giveaways. That's the thing. Like Amazon gift cards. And when I get like a new movie, I'm gonna give away the digital code. That's how I've been doing it. I would more than likely do. Here's the code. There you go.
I would more than likely do physical giveaways because there's just more there for fans. But again,
I'm afraid if I ship something, it's gonna get wrecked. So
that's true. Yeah, I mean, I ship stuff all the time, and I just try to pack it to the best of my abilities. But again, thank you so much to Nerd Cage Live for joining us. Thank you to Brock McGinnis, Indie Fan, for joining us. And again, a big shout out to everybody who is in the description. Most notably, Huey TOONMORE. He could really use your support. Obscure Media TV, Bradley Dunn. Go check him out. Fandemic, Nerd Cage, and then on Twitch, great people on there. Evil Incorporated, Dr. Terawat. Next time he's live on Twitch, go tell him I sent you. And then to these four lovely ladies, YOURCOOLSUBSTATUTE, who does one of the best Android 18 cosplays I've ever seen. KYUUTPIE, amazing gamer, has an adorable bunny named Loaf. HINACHI, who is an amazing cosplayer, could really use your support right now. And of course, DovahJess, formerly known as Lunichi Bunny. She is on Twitch. Go check her out. So again, thank you all so much for watching. And of course, don't forget to support us on Patreon. $1 more will get you early access to all of our content as well as other special features. And if you want to mail us stuff, of course, the address is still and always has been BigJackFilms, P.O. Box 326, Queensville, Ontario, L0G1R0. You can send us gifts, donations, letters, questions, whatever you want. We'll answer them. And we've got some more videos coming along down the way. So tune in Thursday. Thursday, you will be seeing a new TikTok compilation. You can also follow us on TikTok, as well as Friday, the next King Kong reviews, which I'm telling you right now, guys, these two already know what it is, and they will keep it NDA, but it is gonna blow your fucking balls off. And then after that, we'll do more reviews down the line, more Inuyasha vlogs are coming. All that jazz is happening. It's gonna be a fun summer, despite the heat and despite we don't have any air conditioning and despite the fact I'm sweating my Big Jack balls off. So, until the next video, guys, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys later. This is Big Jack Film signing off, and we'll see you in the next stream. Maybe next time I'll get some games going, because that's one of the reasons this is called Hotwired, because I forgot to explain that. Our video game connection shit is kind of fucked right now, but we will get back to that as soon as we can. Till then, later, guys. Peace out. Love y'all. Later.
Good night, everyone.